Woof woof! Hey guys, it's me Marcus, aka the Mad Dog. It's the beginning of the end of the month? I don't know. We're going to get into that, but it's time for your monthly installment of Whale Watch. Whale Watch. This is a show that I try to do once a month. I'm really bad with my schedule at the minute though, so that hasn't really been happening as of late. But let's put the past in the past and let's just get on with this one, because Whale Watch is a series that I do once a month where we take a look at some of the books that might be going out of print. Maybe they've gone out of print and you've got a last minute chance to find them, or maybe we can just find you a good deal along the way. Now, I try to say this at the beginning of every video. Not every video that I've ever done, but just every video of Whale Watch. But I want to make sure that this is just a facility that you can use. It's just a bit of advice, friend to friend. I don't have any kind of insider knowledge. I'm not trying to drive up any kind of fear of missing out. I'm simply one fan of this hobby that's trying to help out somebody else, hopefully not end up spending a lot of money on a book where maybe you don't need to. This is my second time doing Whale Watch live, so I'm still a little bit nervous, and I apologize that I didn't do one at the beginning of this month. Work scheduling and stuff like that just really wasn't working to my advantage, but I'm here now. This is sort of a cross between February and March. I completely forgot what the months of the year were then, so we're off to a great start. Now, I want to just go through some of the comments from you guys. Just want to say thank you, everybody that does tune in. I'm going to be leaving this up as its form as it is. I'm not going to be doing the edited replay, because honestly, the edited replay took longer than a standard episode of Whale Watch, so I just want to do other videos. But yeah, so we've got some people who've been here from the beginning of this stream, because I kind of messed it up at the beginning. We've got Kenny in the chat saying, what is Whale Watch? Like I said, it's just a show that I do once a month where we can hopefully see if any books are going to go out to print, hopefully save you guys some money. Just let me know in the comments if my setup's okay at the minute, if you can hear me fine and everything like that. We've got Stephen in the chat. Always been a big supporter of the channel. Absolutely mad shout out to him. I hope that his recovery is going well as well. And he's also giving us a nice little plug over on our Reddit page, r/Mad Dog Comic Community. There should be a link on my channel. Yep, we have deals coming all the time. He's not even just doing it weekly now. It's pretty much hourly deals from Barath. Every time he finds something from Books, etc., Speedy Hen, or just another good deal, he always puts it up on there. He also puts up like the announcements of news that's coming out. So realistically, it should be the Barath comic community group, but you know, hopefully you guys can join us over on there. We're about 40 or so members off having 200, which is mad to me, because I just wanted a place where people could talk about comics, and that's what it is at the minute. Like, it's so cool that it's kind of just stayed the thing that I wanted it to be. There is no egos, there's no just people coming in and just plugging stuff. It's just literally people talking about comics and talking about deals. So definitely recommend checking us out over there. We've also got Tom. Thank you for tuning in. We've got Olive Outrageous. Hope you're having a good evening as well. Hope you're all having a nice Monday. UK weather is standard UK weather, so of course it is awful. We've got Sam Cass saying hello. Hope you're okay. We've speaking of the devil, we've got Baharath in the chat. Thank you for joining. Who knows, maybe he'll have some good deals that you can scoop up in this video. I'm not putting the pressure on him though. He helps me out enough as it is. We've also got Kitty Pride in the chat saying first time tuning into these. Professor Xavier is a bit of a jerk. I do have to kind of agree with what she said back then. But yeah, I hope you enjoy this. It's my first time doing one of these in 2 months, so we've got the original, the OG. Yes, he may have changed his name. He's still always SEC to me. But Earthworm Grim, thank you for tuning in. We've got the Superior Rashad. Thank you for tuning in. Comics vs. the World, someone who's been here pretty much since video 1. We've also got Blue Sonic that was very supportive when I announced this on Instagram, so thank you for that. We've also got Mr. Marvel, a.k.a. Chubbs. Hopefully you're okay with me calling you that. That feels like a name that might be a bit of a diss, but it's a cool name if it's not. But thank you for tuning in. Call Me Top Gun 45. That's a great film. In math class, so you better make some good jokes, bro. I don't make good jokes at all. Like, my sense of humor is knowing that I'm not funny and then just playing on the fact that I know that I'm not funny. But hopefully maths is going all right. I'm awful at maths, so maybe you should pay attention to... I wouldn't pay attention to me, if I'm honest with you. We've got... Who else have we got in the chat? We've got Ben Price. Been wanting to get into Green Lantern recently. that is the video that I filmed today. My Where to Start Green Lantern is coming out. I've got some picks as well that I think a lot of people might not recommend normally, especially because of myself being a new 52 apology. So definitely got something planned for Green Lantern Where to Start. That might be the next one. I filmed a couple of them just in case I have to rotate them for whatever reason, but Green Lantern's already in the can, just needs editing. Hope you enjoy it anyway. It's my boy Kate's Comics. I'm going to be seeing him on Friday. So he's watching this live on his way home from the bus. I do hope you enjoy this. I also hope we have a good time on Friday. And for anybody who doesn't know, Friday is Batman Day. So yes, me, my husband Comic Bound, and also Kate's Comics are all meeting so that we can watch it on premiere day. It's something that we've been talking about for months. And honestly, I am so excited. I cannot believe that the Batman's coming out this week. I could probably let's not talk about the Batman too much though, because I would derail this live stream. It wouldn't be way I watch. It'd just be me talking about Batman. Thoughts on Elite Deluxe box set coming back into print? That's a manga, and as you know, I'm definitely not a manga guy. I think it's a manga at least, or am I thinking of a Battle Angel Alita? Or is that the same thing? As you can tell, I'm not really well versed into that medium. As you can see, all the manga up there is definitely Shadowcat's and not mine because she is real. We've also got Paul Hill saying, "Evening all. Hope you have a good time on the stream." Thank you. I don't think that I'm funny at all. I think I try too hard when I do try to be funny. And the thing is, I'm one of them. I find stuff that isn't funny at all really funny. Like if somebody puts a slice of cheese on a sandwich weird, I'll be pissing myself laughing for an hour. But then somebody could tell me a genuinely funny joke, and I'm like, so for me, it's so hit. My sense of humor does not work for a lot of people. But I appreciate that. Appreciate the nice comments. Thank you. We've got Bunkmaster B. Woof woof. Yes, I'm glad Whale Watch is your jam. Like I said, we're going to be getting into it in a moment. I've got a good amount of books, and I'm going to say this now. I've tried my best to not say anything that was on the previous Whale Watch. So if you think that something should be on here that isn't, definitely check out the last video that I did on Whale Watch. But I wanted to make sure that I could just bring you guys new books that maybe you weren't aware of instead of just treading water. I want to kind of mix things up for you. I don't want you to tune in and then pretty much watch the same show, even though I still can't talk, which is kind of like all my live streams. Thoughts on Berserker? I haven't read it. I'm waiting for a few more issues to come out. Love my Keanu Reeves. I think I would play a very good Keanu Reeves if they ever made a biopic about him. I wouldn't be a good Keanu Reeves. Or Brad Pitt, yeah, but Keanu Reeves, no. But I believe I could do it, which is the main thing. Phil's Native thank you for tuning in. Yeah, Brighton Nights and Whale Watch Live. The only thing is with my neighborhood, when it becomes summer, everyone gets very noisy. I know it probably sounds like I'm shouting right now, but this is actually quiet for this neighborhood. When it's summer, Whale Watch is probably going to be like 1 a.m, just so that I can finally not have everybody being picked up on the mic. I'm trying to move out soon, but it's a bit difficult at the minute. Hey, Austin. How's it going? Thank you for tuning in. What's up is a very rainy sky over Stoke-on-Trent, but not much new there. I will be getting into the books in a minute. Just I'm going to let a few more people get into the stream. And like I said on the replay, I'm going to be putting timestamps maybe an hour or two after. It's going to go private until I put those timestamps up, and then I'll make it public again so that you can skip through to the bits that you want. Don't know why I'm saying that, because anybody who's watching the replay would have already known that because it's already been done. My mistake. Dino, how's it going, man? I haven't spoke to you in a while. I hope you're doing all right, man. I'm glad to be back. I know I haven't really been too good on the social front of YouTube. I'm between work and everything. I just like coming home and editing, and I really like doing thumbnails and doing scripts and doing like the editing side of videos and stuff like that. I'm not really good at the social side, so I apologize to everybody that I haven't really been great on Instagram and stuff like that lately. I'm really an introverted person. I'm just loud. There's a difference. Batman genuinely looks brilliant. Oh, hair in my mouth. Batman genuinely looks brilliant. The cinematography is very impressive. I am ready. I am not even reading any reviews. If this film is going to be the best film ever, I'm ready to be surprised by that. If this film is genuinely going to be an absolute train wreck, I am so ready for it to be an absolute train wreck. I can't tell you just how ready I am. It's getting great reviews early. you see, I don't want to go into it knowing that it's going to be great, but at the same time, I'm so happy that you told me that it's going to be great. It's such a double-edged sword. Hey, Paul. Hey, Death Rattle. Keep up the good work. Woof woof. I'm trying my best. I'm trying to get as many videos done as I can. And did it look like something just fell behind me then? I'm a bit concerned. Okay, maybe I'm going a bit crazy. Rob, hey, thank you for tuning in. Like I said, we're going to be getting into the books in a few moments. Woof woof, sup, Mad Dog. I'm watching from the treadmill and the burn is real. Distract me with comic content, please. Oh, I feel your pain. Like, I've had to start reading books. I read Reckless when I was doing me cardio so that I could just get through. So I feel your pain. I did legs this morning as well. You can't tell because they're never in any video ever. Maybe you think I'm just like hovering at this point, but yeah. So I feel your pain. Hopefully the video will help you get through that. I'm just gonna try get caught up on the comments. Hey, McPuffin Muffin, thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the last whale watch because I know you were there for that one. I hope you enjoyed this one too. Hey, Ferry, it's all right so far. Married at First Sight Australia is on at 9 o'clock, I think. So I'm hoping that I can watch that with Shadowcat because that is our guilty pleasure. It's not even a guilty pleasure. I love trash TV. We've been watching Love is Blind. We've been watching Singles Inferno. We've been watching Married at First Sight Australia. And I absolutely love it. I have zero regrets. And yeah, you can probably tell when I'm watching a season because all of a sudden I'd be doing like a video every 4 days and then all of a sudden it would become every 5 because I just end up getting caught up in it. But that's my one vice besides buying ridiculously overpriced omnibuses. 943 awesomeness. Woof woof. Thank you for tuning in. Okay. Vito Goretta, thank you for tuning in as well. Thomas Shevlin, what's the dog's favorite champagne? I can't even pronounce that. You know, I'm really bad at pronunciation. Like, I see my own name and I'm like, Marcuse. Like, I just can't pronounce it. Like, one of my favorite things, if anybody ever remembers, like the iFanboy days, there was one time where somebody had a username that was Rusty Auto Parts, and one of the like guys who does the podcast, I think it was Ron, he just went, Rousty Auto Parts. He just couldn't say it all. But that's like how I pronounce stuff naturally. Okay, so I think we're caught up now. Yusuf Sarko, thank you for tuning in. Who's ready for some books? I'm not going to wait as long as I did last time because that was quite awkward. Where I was like, who's ready? And there was like a delay in the comments, but we're going to jump into the books right now. So I'm going to share my screen. Don't know why I'm narrating that for you. Actually, let's make that screen bigger. I'm going to treat you today. That's better. There we go. Okay, so we're going to jump straight into the books. If you're wondering why I'm looking down, it's because I've got my iPad so that I can check what the next book is that I have to look at. Now, this might be the last time that we're going to do this, but I'm going to do the East of West check. Now, these books have been going out of print for a while now. I think last time I couldn't find any of them but volume 3, maybe. Everybody's favourite part where you just have to watch me typing. Let's see how much year 2's going for. Okay, £104. Not great. Let's have a see if I can find that for you somewhere else. Or at least just bare minimum find it. Surprising that year 3 doesn't have a page. And this is even more alarming that... It was a great start to the video when you cannot find any book. This hive has literally never had a book in stock. I've never once seen them have anything available. So I do not have any kind of confidence that they are going to be getting that in. But it looks like your cheapest that actually probably does have it is this Olibris, which is like a third-party seller website, I believe. So yeah, no luck on that one. And I think, honestly, this might be the last time that we're going to do East of West check because I can't lie, it looks like they've gone out of print. So unless you want this to be the beginning of every video and just go, yep, still out of print, but we do have some good news about a book that was out of print that's getting a reprint, and we're going to talk about that a bit later. In case you're wondering, this is the channel sponsor, Organic Price Books. You've probably heard me mentioning them before if you've watched any of my videos, and like I said at the beginning of that banner, no idea what I meant by beginning of that banner, But if you use code WoofWoof, you can get $2 off your order. And if you're ordering 3 or more books, use code WoofWoof, ship it together for 5% off your total order. As you can see, I stutter my way through everything, which is why my videos are so heavily edited. But yeah, East of West, I'm thinking that this is pretty much dead on its arse now. So let's have a see. Forbidden Planet's never really great at keeping stuff in stock longer than other places. Sometimes you can drop on to give them a bit of credit. East of West. Yep, I have seen that booted picture that John Romita Jr. drew of Spider-Man where it looked like he broke his leg. It looked like he Chris Weidman'd it. If anybody who watches UFC, you just got a very horrible flashback in your own head of what I just meant. Do not Google it. Just don't. And also don't Google how weird it is that that happened to him. But yeah, so East of West, unfortunately, does look like that is no longer available. But a series that what you have to think of, and I'm probably going to get demonetized just for saying the name of this book, but when I last did Whale Watch, I was planning on doing it in February. It looked like these books were going out of print. And now it looks like they've come back in stock a little bit. But it's the big, hard beep criminals. Obviously, I'm trying not to get demonetized. I'll probably get about £3 from this video. So I'm trying my best to make sure that I don't get demonetized as well on top of that. But yeah, the big, hard sex... Oh, I said it anyway. Classic me. Yeah, but big hard sex criminals, might as well just keep saying it. Volume 1, as you can see here, there's only 7 places that are selling it, only 4 that are new. Amazon does have it in stock. Yep, suspenseful music is definitely not playing. But Book Depository says that they're going to get it within the next couple of weeks. You've also got a place in space. Never heard of this Red Pebble Products, but they seem to have a good percentage rating. Now, the reason that I'm bringing this up in the video is because of the fact that Volume 3 did complete out this series, and we've seen with a few image books recently that once they're done, that they do go out of print, like stuff like East of West. You've also got Revival, which I'm going to talk about a bit later. You've also got The Wicked and the Divine, and I think because of the fact that this isn't as popular of a title, even though you've got big creators like Matt Fraction, Chip Zdarsky, I still do believe that this is probably going to go steadily out of print. And what I noticed is that Volume 2 was the one that disappeared first. Now, let me see if I can find it for you. I got it off Amazon a couple of days ago. Spoiler alert for my next haul. You might have to Google it. You might also have to put safe search on when you do Google it. You see, here they have got it in stock, and it's for a decent enough price. And I know that Organic Price Books did get a restocking of this. And when I put in my last order, they didn't have Volume 1 and 2 because I brought Volume 3 from them. But now, as you can see, it's Volume 1 that's still on back order, but Volume 2 has come back in stock. I think that this is going to be the last stocking of this. Stocking, ironic, because of, the sexual content that's in this. But I think that this is going to be the last time that this book does get stocked again. Because of the fact that it's a bit more of an obscure title, it isn't going to be something like Invincible, Walking Dead that people are always going to come back to. I don't know if there's any inclination that they're going to do a TV show of this. If a TV show comes out, yeah, I'd like to think that maybe then they are going to reprint these. But for now, if you want them, why not just buy them? Why not just buy them? Current Bound's in the chat as well. How's it going, man? You can jump in if you're free this evening. I'll just send you a link and you can jump in and we can do this together if you fancy it. I didn't want to put the pressure on you, though. So I thought I'd do it whilst I'm live, apparently, because I have no kind of organization skills. But yeah, so Big Hard Sex Criminals, definitely think that that's one that is going to start drying up over the next couple of weeks. Let's have a see if it came back in stock over here on Read Comics. Like I said, I can see that people are saying, oh, you've already said it. Yeah, I've said it once though, so I might as well just keep saying it. I can't get more demonetized. Okay, so none of them are in stock over at Read Comics. That's a bit surprising. Let's have a see. Oh, great sign. Doesn't look like they've got any of the volumes over on Forbidden Planet either. So this is definitely one that if you wanted this series, I would hand on heart recommend just picking them up, because I get the feeling that this is going to go the way of The Wicked and the Divine, and it's going to be very difficult to find once it does go out of print. So definitely make sure that that's one that's on your radar if you did want it. Now, one that I'm going to talk about is the Paper Girls Deluxe Edition, one of my favorite books that I read last year. Now, it looked for a bit of time that these had gone out of stock, and we were wondering if it'd gone out of print because of the fact that they've got that compendium coming out, and why would you have two formats for something that isn't as popular, even though it does look like it's going to get a TV show, and I hope it's half as good as the book, because the book was phenomenal. But good news is, it looks like all of these books have come back in stock again over here at Amazon. Now, volume 1, 2, and 3, all there readily available. You can get them later on this week. You can get one each day of the week if you really wanted to. You can get one Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, over here in the US, let's have a see if it's in stock over at Organic Price Books. Just going to send a link to Adam. Just bear with me 2 secs. He always makes my streams more fun, so I might as well send him a link and like the most impromptu live stream of all time. Let me just send him a link. Bear with me. And then we'll get back into more books. Don't worry. Okay, it chooses now to not be able to load anything. Great. Just bear with me. Can you guys all still see what's going on? I'm not sure what's happening here. What's going on? Why is my computer just froze? Why is this every time? How could I go around this? Just bear with me 2 seconds, guys. A bit of a technical issue. And this is the reason why I recommend that you watch with the timestamps on. Just going to send Adam a link. And then hopefully, if there is a technical issue, he can hopefully bounce it back for me. But yeah. So, Paper Girls is one that, it's in back order over at Organic Price Books. I believe these kept saying that they were going to get again, so let's just have a look. Okay, you can get Volume 3, Volume 2, and Volume 1, so they're all back in stock over here at Read Comics. So I think this is one that is back in stock pretty much everywhere except for Organic Price Books, but I reckon that they probably will be gaining if you can get it for back order. I just get the feeling, though, that you're best picking these up because it's one of the best books that I read last year, and what more of a reason do you need than that? Baraf's already coming in with the deals live, and I'm not going to put these up on the screen so that this is like a live exclusive for people who want them, but he's just put one up for the Akira box set. He's also got a discount code there for Speedy Hen, so for you guys who are tuning in live, that's an exclusive for you, and it's also incentive to tune in live next time I do a live whale watch. But yeah, so not sure why I'm still on East of West, but Paper Girls, that's one that I think you should keep an eye on. Next book, one that kept cropping up a little bit last year, but it's the revival books. Now, it's quite funny because me and Adam kept getting different volumes of these at the same time, so not sure what happened there, but I noticed them drying up again. Wow, damn, that's a good price for Volume 4. Damn, 55%. Go get that deal, guys. I'll put a link in the chat for anybody who wants it. There you go. Yeah, damn, that's a really good price. That's much cheaper than I paid, but volume 1 here, it looks like there's not too many places that are selling it. You haven't got your books, etc., your wordery, Speedian, or anything like that. Volume 2, the one that sort of prompted it to come up on this video, is currently unavailable. And it's been in print since 2014. It's not that massive of a series. I haven't read this yet, so I'm not really going to talk about the quality of it. But it has been out for so long that I think if you wanted it, you've had ample chance to get it. And I think this is kind of your last chance to do that if you did want them. Next book. So this is one that's sort of like a cautionary tale because I know people will panic when it happens. But if you remember when Invincible Season 1 came out, these compendiums, even I believe some of the complete edition, I don't know what I'm typing there, compendium, yeah. These compendiums just dried out. You could not get these at all. And look, Jesus Christ, that's a good price again. 55. I'm putting that in the description for you. There you go, guys. 55% off of Volume 1. Like, if we just look when it was this time last year, how do we get the year? Yeah, Luke, during this time, just shortly after the show had come out, you could not get these at all, and people were selling them for ridiculous prices. Now, This is a little Chrome extension that I use called Keeper, which allows you to keep track of all the prices of books on Amazon, see if they're fluctuating or anything like that. You can also put alerts on so that it tells you when a book's dropped to a certain price or when it becomes available again. And I definitely recommend adding that to your Chrome if you use Amazon quite often. But yeah, you can get. It looks like Volume 2's not in at the minute. Let's see if we can find that on Organic Price Books. Invincible. Okay, so at the minute, it does look as if you could get all three available from Organic Price Books as well. I'll see if I can find Volume 2 for anybody in the UK. Hope you enjoy the sound of me typing, because I'm still not good at juggling yet. Apparently, it's coming in next week over at Read Comics, but again, it's just Volume 2 that isn't available. But what I will say is that if you can get your hands on these books, and you want to read them, especially before season 2 comes out, I definitely recommend doing it now. You see, you can pick it up. It is in stock over at Forbidden Planet. That seems to be one of the main places that I found it. I haven't checked books, etc., anything like that yet. But I would recommend getting these before season 2 of the show comes out, because I imagine that there's going to be a similar situation. Maybe not as bad, but still, I reckon they won't have enough quantity for people who do want to buy this. So maybe you've got a friend who said after season 1 ended that I'm going to catch up with the comic, and then they didn't. Well, tell them that now's probably the best time, because of the fact that I reckon that these might disappear again. Not forever, but I reckon they will disappear again by the time that it comes back on for season 2, and I really can't wait for season 2. Hey Highland G, thank you for tuning in. Saw Mad Dog live, so here I am. I hope you enjoy. I'm still a little bit rusty. I probably shouldn't have had a full month off. Hopefully this video isn't too bad though. But yeah, the next book that I'm going to talk about was another Kirkman book, but it's Oblivion Song. I did not highlight it all there. Oblivion Song Deluxe. They just call them book, don't they, for some reason? But I noticed that this. Oh, that's volume 3. Ignore me. Book 1 has pretty much dried up massively. So as you can see here, there's only 2 places that are selling it. A1 Toys I have used. I believe I used to buy me Legacy Collection Power Rangers before Hasbro even had them and turned them into Lightning Collection. We Buy Games. Can't say I've used them or recommend them. Volume 2. Now, Volume 2 looks quite healthily in stock. With Kirkman books, he does normally keep them well stocked for as long as it is that they're still sort of being printed. So I think that these will come back in stock. But if it is that you desperately wanted it, then Oblivion Song is, especially Volume 1, this is one I want to pick up. And I believe this series is actually ending soon. Is it going to issue 48 and then he's tapping out? I've heard that somewhere. I swear I didn't dream it. Like what weird dream that would have been. Actually, it's not the weirdest dream that I've ever had. But yeah. So that's one that I'd recommend looking into if it was that you wanted it. Could I please recommend a website that's got good deals as well that I haven't heard many mention? Yeah, sure thing. If it's got good deals, it's got good deals. Can't lie. If the stream ends abruptly, it's because of the fact that they might have really good deals and I want to buy them first. But yeah, for sure. Recommend it. Next book. What have we got here? So we knew that these weren't going to be around forever. At first, I thought maybe it was just them saying, oh, these aren't going to be around for long, kind of like what Rick Remender does with every single book. But Criminal Deluxe Edition Volume 2 just seems to have disappeared. Sorry, guys, I forgot to put my phone on silent, so I'm just going to put that there. It's people from work messaging me. I hope they're okay, but this is my week off work, so I'm trying not to be work-orientated at the minute. But yeah. Something is Killing the Children. Book 1 is in stock now on Books Etc. and Speedy Hen. Yeah, I saw that you put that, and also Once and Future. Really want to pick up Once and Future. I've heard nothing but good things about it. Oh, you literally just put a comment saying that. Sorry, there's probably a little bit of a delay. But yeah, Book 2 of Criminal seems to have dried up quite quickly, and I hope that you... Oh, okay, maybe it's not quickly. Maybe this is why I should have done Whale Watch for a bit of time. Wait, no, this is the weird one. Forgive me. Let's see if I can find it for you somewhere else. I remember that there was a weird thing with Criminal Deluxe Edition Book 2. And this is the problem with doing stuff live. Things get confusing very quickly. Yeah, so you can pick up Book 2 or Deluxe Hardcover 2, whatever this series calls it as, for 20% off over here at Organic Price Books. Let's have a see if they've got them in stock at Read Comics. Criminal Deluxe. Such good books. Really like this season. Okay, so Purple Button of Doom over there. It's still showing me big odd sex criminals. I hope that's not going to influence all like my adverts now, because then I'll have to answer some really awkward questions if I ever watch YouTube with like Shadowcat or something, because like, why are you getting advertised big hard sex criminals? What websites do you go on? That was an awkward drink of my water. But yeah, so Criminal Book 2, that looks like the one that has disappeared quickest. You can still get Volume 1 and Volume 3 from here. You can get Volume 2 from Organic Price Books. So you can sort of make it by getting ones here and there. I recommend that might be something worth doing. So you do have options available, but I just think that this is going to be something that is going to dry out and it's going to be difficult to get. Any word on Deadly Class Deluxe 1 since 3 is coming out? I believe Volume 1 and 2 were both listed for a reprint. But I've put up a good link in our Reddit page, r/Mad Dog Comic Community, for a pre-order for it. I'm not really too sure how great Speedy Hen is with pre-orders. Just going to introduce a guest right now. Big warm welcome to Mr. Comic Bound. Thank you for joining.
Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can now.
Yeah, good.
Sorry,
how you doing,
technical
man?
difficulties. Yeah.
Oh, join the club.
Really, is it? I missed the start, so yeah, sorry I'm late.
But, no, don't worry about it. I'm glad you could join. Sorry to sort of spring it on you as well. Like I was like,
yeah, no worries. I just wondered where we got to though. I think I've missed some of what you've been on about, but if we're still about Criminal, actually, I was just going to throw one in there. I don't know if you've checked. For the people in the UK, anyway, you can buy. Or you could at least, you can buy them directly from Sean Phillips, and he might still
sometimes.
have, he'll sign and sketch each one as well, and I think it's just the same kind of usual price. I don't know if many people know you can buy them, so if they're getting low or a particular volume's getting low, it's worth a look.
Do you happen to know where the website part is?
Yeah, it's been a while since I've looked.
It's the Big Cartel one. I remember now.
Yeah,
I do like that he does these prints as well that you can buy.
Yeah.
Let's have a see if he's got Criminal. I can only see the paperbacks at the minute, unfortunately, but I know that he has had some in stock, and also he's very responsive on Instagram. Obviously, people don't bombard him, but if you send him just one message, and he'll get back to you when he can if he has got any copies available. But yeah, it's good.
It's worth
Everyone's just saying hey to you at the minute as well, by the way.
Hey,
we've also got Kate saying hey to you, who we're gonna. Oh, can you not?
Well, I just maximize my screen so that I can see it. I don't have a very big screen, so.
Oh, no worries. And now you just got beautiful pictures illustrated by Sean Phillips. So win-win, really.
Yeah, exactly. Oh yeah, how's it going, everyone? See Cade there as well.
You'll see him Friday.
Well, I can't wait. Are you excited?
Yeah, mate. Are we going to do the Spider-Man meme where we point at each other?
I guess
someone pointed at, when we did this stream on your channel, someone pointed out that we all have the individual hairstyles and kind of some personality traits of the three Spider-Men going in age. So like you were sort of like the Tobey Maguire. I was the Andrew Garfield because my hair was, do you remember when my hair was big? And then Cade was obviously Tom Holland. I was like, great. So people aren't going to like me until 7 years from now. Great.
Well, I liked you. I always liked you. You were always my favorite.
Oh, thank you, man. You always mine.
Really? Okay, cool. Well, this is working already. I need someone to take the picture. If only you had a girlfriend that was real, that was also coming, that would really be handy.
Yeah, that would be, but I can only make up so many women. That's all I can say.
Yeah, exactly.
We've got our boy Joachim in the chat as well. Thank you for joining. How screwed are we in the collecting community? What's going out of print? If you believe everything that I say, pretty much everything. But I do actually have some good news about the next book, which I know was something that a lot of people wanted, and then it just disappeared overnight. But it is getting a reprint. Not sure if you heard about this one, but it's the Sende Deluxe Edition Volume 1. Now, I don't know if yourself remembers or anybody in the chat, but when I was doing Whale Watch pre-recorded, I kept saying I'd pick up Volume 2 just in case to do a reprint of Volume 1 when Ascend is sort of completed. Now it's that time. Now it's that time. It's coming out in April 20th this year, so not long to go. Definitely recommend picking this up. You don't really see a lot of, except for if it's recommended, I don't see a lot of reprints from Image Solicited unless there's a massive change towards it, like with Criminal. So this was quite an unusual one that they announced that it was getting a reprint, and I definitely recommend getting that. And let's have a see if you can get Volume 2. Have you read this? Have you got this?
Oh yeah, I've read it. It's amazing. Start to finish, I didn't put it down. Book 1 and 2. So yeah, I just read them all in one go. And yeah, gorgeous artwork. Yeah, Jeff Lemire as well. So you know you're in for a good time with Jeff Lemire at the helm. I don't think I've read a bad book by him. I really don't.
I can't say I have either. He's one of those creators that I never actively seek his books, but I love when I find them, and I can never say no. So everybody wanted Descender. Definitely recommend pre-ordering Volume 1. And apparently Lemire did say that both volumes are getting reprinted, so that's great, because I just found Volume 2 and no one's even selling it on Amazon. So don't pay stupidly over cover price for this if it was that you wanted it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, what's the next book that we've got? Okay, he's an interesting one. Well, I think so at least. With BPRD, The Plague of Frogs, Book 1 and Book 2, the paperbacks. Now, I'm not going to be like, guys, the hardcovers are going out of print, because they've been gone out of print for years. But Volume 3 was only being sold by Amazon. Yeah, so this is weird when it doesn't have the cover price and it just says that that's the price it is, sort of take it or leave it. There's only 2 places that are selling it, and the cheapest is Amazon. The other is West Books, which I've always said, like, I imagine that there was a company called West Books, and then, like, something happened, and, like, oh, that's not us, we're Swest Books. Like,
yeah, Southwest Books. Yeah, they just relocated slightly to the south, and till it all blew over.
They went down 2 streets. And it's like, no, it's West Books now. But yeah, I've never used them. But the reason I've put this on here is because of the fact that, yes, they have been in print since 2012. And Volume 1's another one that I'm worried about because of the fact that pretty much same situation. I wonder where this one's dispatched from. Dispatches from England.
I can't believe it, but yeah.
No, the company's called Dispatched from England. Like, I just find that funny. That's like me calling a company be with you in 2 to 3 working days. Like, like, we'll package okay. Yeah. And it's just one of them every time you try and tell somebody the company's name. Yeah. Like, it just gets more and more confusing. Like, if you named your kid something like no, like, yes, no. Like,
yeah.
But the reason I've put Plague of Frogs on this is because of the fact that when those hardcovers were coming out, it was Volume 1 and Volume 3 that disappeared first. So even though these books have been in print for years and years, near enough going on a decade now, it's a bit of a weird circumstance that the same 2 volumes that went out of print in hardcover seem to be disappearing in paperback as well. And I don't know. It seems like these were going to be evergreen, but you just never really know. Highland, I was so happy when that got announced.
I haven't seen that. Okay.
Oh, mate.
Is it going to be like this? Is it the same style as the other ones? Is it going to be Matt?
I don't see why it wouldn't be.
I mean, I'm just thinking if it's a completely different series, they might not. But
as long as it's deluxe, that's all.
Yeah,
Like for me, I had sort of I believed that it was never going to happen to the point where I was like, if they do a compendium, as long as it's got all the go-go, I'll shut my mouth and be quiet. And unfortunately for everybody on the planet, they didn't do that, so I don't have to shut my mouth. But they are doing deluxes. I think it should be boxed off in. I don't know if it's going to be boxed off in one, but I thought it'd be 2 volumes at least. But yeah, I'm
Is
very
it over
excited.
as a series? Is it not? Is it kind of like done already?
Yeah, I did a video that was like how to collect the Boom Studios Power Rangers, and it finished at issue 32, if I remember correctly. We were
Right.
talking a few months ago, they filmed that. And then it became Mighty Morphin and Power Rangers. So even MMPR finished at issue. No, he tested me. 54, I think it was. If I'm wrong, somebody's going to be like,
Right.
"You're wrong. It's 55," and it's like, one off.
Yeah.
What can you do?
Cancel.
Yeah,
Unsubscribe.
yeah. Just unsubscribe,
I
guys.
yeah. I still need to read through all the main series, and I kind of forgot what happened after that. And I know it branched out into like a few different ones. I couldn't
Where
remember
did you
which
get
one
up
that
to?
was. I literally I've only read book 1, or
Oh,
year
mate.
1 or whatever it is. Yeah.
Wait till Shattered Grid, like,
Yeah. No,
you
it
know, you
was
all with the Turtles.
yeah.
That's me with Power Rangers, like
Like
100%.
I'm getting excited because they leave book 1 on like a like cool moment. So yeah.
Yeah, I think I remember which bit it was, but I think I had binge. I was like, I can't wait. I can't do this. And I want to catch up with the single issues, especially because Shattered Grid was announced. And I got into the habit of collecting all of the variant covers. Like Power Rangers was a very costly series for me when it came out. And they're still doing Lightning Collection, and I really just want them to finish off Time Force. Don't get me talking about Power Rangers, or else there'll be no more Whale Watch. I'm just going to
On
wrap
to
up.
Whale Watch. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to wrap up the. We've only got 3 more books for the independent section. Now it's the True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys, the deluxe editions. Now you've got one there, and it's a similar format to the Umbrella Academy because, of course, they're both written by Gerard Way. For anybody who's a fan of My Chemical Romance, holy, that's a nice box set. But we've got the super fancy editions. We don't need that.
Yeah.
We don't need paperbacks. We've got the deluxe editions. But I get the feeling this series is going to disappear because, yeah, Umbrella Academy is probably raking them in a bit of money because everybody knows Umbrella Academy. But I haven't read this True Lives of the Fabulous Killjoys. I'm assuming it's probably going to be up to a similar standard as Umbrella Academy, but nobody's talked about it. So why would you keep it in print?
Yeah, it doesn't have its own TV show, so well, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I was legit about to say that. You read me, man.
Yeah. I mean,
What am I thinking now?
I don't know. Are you thinking you wish you were talking about Power Rangers still?
I legit was just like, did I talk too much about Power Rangers? That's so weird. Freaks me out. That does. It's like, do you remember that time? Do you remember that time we did the quiz, and it was me and Phil got the first question, and I wrote down what I would have answered, and I got the right answer. Like, oh man, I'm still fuming about that.
I can tell. I know that's why you've not come back. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm too busy crying.
Exactly.
Yeah, so I'll have a see if I can find these deluxe editions. We just get off that. Yeah, so you can get both. There's California and National Anthem, and I believe California's the first volume. I wish they'd just label this 1-2. Like, is that not?
California always comes first. I mean, if you're the Red Hot Chili Peppers, it does anyway. So
Yeah, but if you're at a sporting event, which we clearly know a lot about when it comes to American, actually, you might love NFL, I don't know, but the national anthem always comes first before the teams.
True.
Actually, I don't even know. That's probably wrong. I don't know. I'm gonna get somebody hating me for that.
All the Americans are immediately just gonna unsubscribe.
The thing is, I love basketball, and I love the event of Super Bowl. I can't wake up at 3 every morning on like a Tuesday to follow all these events. Like when I work nights, I really got into hockey and just following everything basketball and everything American football. I absolutely loved because it was the only sport that was on at that time. And because of where I work, I had to watch it. And you have to watch sports in like the breakout rooms. So I proper got into it. Have we ordered Necessary Evil Part 1? Yeah, I've got it over there. It's the Tommy cover, so I had to. I'm a little bit annoyed, though, that we're clearly getting 6 volumes of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And they decided to go with Green Ranger, good choice. Red Ranger, good choice. Draken, Ranger Slayer. Then back on with White Ranger, but then Solar Ranger. Like, why not do the 6 main Rangers? You've got 6 hardcover. It's so I buy that stupid slipcase that Boom did on Kickstarter.
I was just gonna say, anyone who's bothered, like, will be annoyed at the fact that it's all 6 in a row with the was it the Kickstarter edition only?
Which I almost brought.
Yeah, I thought you were going to buy the one where you get to be a Power Ranger. So I thought you were going to buy like 5 of them so you could be the whole team. Yeah.
Okay, now you're talking. Now I'm like, I should have brought that. Wonder what is one where it's like you get a cardboard cut out of a Megazord that you can put your books in. I'm like, I need that.
Which like is awesome and ridiculous at the same time, because like if it's what I'm picturing anyway, it's just gonna feel like you're in a shop every time you walk into whatever room you're in that has that. But
so every room.
Oh, true. I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm in a shop with these shelves behind me.
I know sometimes I get that. Like I went to my local comic shop the other week and I was like, I have more books at home. That's scary.
Yeah.
But it's because mine's just a Funko Pop shop now.
Yeah, or manga. I went into my Forbidden Planet the other day, and there was a bit that used to be comics that is now manga, and it keeps happening. I mean, great if you love manga, but I'm not
unlike us.
Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we definitely don't read it.
No, don't touch that stuff.
Here's one that I think you might enjoy being part of the series, but we're going to do a Sin City check because the Sin City super expensive editions, I'm not calling them deluxe editions, I'm just calling them expensive editions. Like,
call them super gorgeous editions. It's probably quite accurate.
They are beautiful, I will give you that. And I do like the fact that it will spell Sin City when you get all 7. Although if it was the Power Rangers thing, probably Volume 4 just wouldn't have the letter on it. It just go with a Q for some reason.
6 City, bro.
Yeah. What's Sex City?
But it's just Frank Miller's really long-winded way of saying he's doing a follow-up series.
I was good. To be fair, that name wouldn't be entirely disconnected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the series. Oh, that's interesting. Or is this because it's only recently just sort of come out?
Mine turned up the other day, which I was a bit annoyed about because it turned up. You know how these all? Well, I don't know if you have been buying them actually, but they've all been shipping in the usual kind of Dark Horse Library Edition, like cardboard box thing. That like all the absolutes come in them as well. And I bought mine from Forbidden Planet. And they sent it me in just like they'd obviously taken it out of that cardboard box and then put it into a less good cardboard box to then ship it to me. And luckily it was fine, but I was like, that could have so easily took a ding in the post.
Yeah.
Because they sent it Royal Mail as well. So that
at least they didn't send it Hermes.
Yeah. I mean, I'd have never, it would still be, I don't know, in the rain somewhere. So
everyone outside of the UK is probably really confused right now. But this is interesting. Big Damn Sin City seems to not be available again. Like, this is just boomeranged in and out of stock. And I remember saying this, that why would you keep these fancy editions in at the same time as another big fancy edition? Like, because for me, I'm happy with Big Damn Sin City. I'm not buying these 7. And I'm assuming for yourself, if you had Big Damn Sin City, you're probably tempted to sell it now, aren't you?
I'm tempted to sell it, but I'm also very tempted to not sell it because I think it's just so ridiculous that I love it as an object. Like, it's just so damn big. and I don't know.
You need a
It's kind
weapon
of
if someone breaks
comical.
in.
It's true. Like I'm gonna place it above like a door with a bit of string, just like Home Alone style. And
But then how am I
yeah.
supposed to sneak in and like tuck you into bed? And... Ah!
Oh, is that you
Oh,
that's
he's come
been
tuck
doing
me
that?
in. Yeah. How many
Oh,
people
thanks.
tuck you in bed? I'm jealous now. So that's who that was.
Yeah, all makes sense.
Hermes leaves stuff on the
Yeah.
roof if you're not in because it's classified as a safe place. Hermes leaves stuff with the like neighborhood like parcel thief, just so that you
Yeah.
know that somebody's got it and they can go, "Can I have a signature, mate?" and take a picture of your feet. And it's like, normally I charge people for this, but okay. Like, I'm so sick of that. Like, I just need to take a picture of the parcel by your feet. Like, no one
Yeah.
could. Ooh, I'm scared if somebody can recognize me from my feet. What's that about?
Yeah, I've had that. Creepy. It's Quentin Tarantino. He's got shares in Hermes.
Does he actually? I don't know. He might do. Like,
I mean,
legit, if he was like Quentin Tarantino opens local Subway franchisee, I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Cade says he's going to be tucking me in on Friday. That's true. Cade is staying here on Friday.
Oh man, you're gonna have to like do videos together and collab, and it'll feel like 2013 YouTube all over again. And
maybe, yeah. And I'm just anticipating being way too drunk to make any videos. I don't know about you, Cade, but yeah.
Yeah, he'll love, like, if he went half the places we went last time, there were some good drinks in those places. But we're not sponsored by any of those, so we're not going to mention them. Last book on the independent section before we jump into the DC and the Marvel is the Hack/Deluxe editions. Now, that's a good price. Shadowcat, on the off chance that you're watching this, can you put that in the basket and buy it, and I'll pay you back later? Because I really want that for that price. I've waited for ages. I'm going to put this in the comment section for anybody who wants it as well, because that is a really good price. There you go. But yeah, hopefully I don't get like my channel banned for just pushing all the links.
I just noticed that the Kindle and Comixology price was like a few pence short of the actual physical price, and you get a much worse reading experience for it as well. It's great.
Yeah, what's totally the deal? Don't mind me, I am just buying that, but I am just
go for it. Well, I think
what's the deal with Comixology?
They announced it ages ago that they were merging, and everyone was just kind of like, yeah, whatever. And then they actually merged and ruined the entire experience, and then now it's like, oh fuck, Amazon bought Comixology. So I think, yeah, if you go to comixology.co.uk now, it just redirects you to this really badly put together Amazon page, and the web reader is like absolute trash. It doesn't even put the page at the full size of your screen, which is how I read. If I read, I'm using the web one because I've got like a Surface tablet. Yeah. So it's Windows. Like I can't have like the app on there because it's Windows, and they got rid of their Windows app for Comixology. So I've just been using the web player, and their old web player was fine. So they could have just used that, but they kind of morphed it into one with like Kindle. So you have to use the Kindle web browser to view comics on a browser, and it's insanely like it's a downgrade and a half. It's been butchered basically.
Do you reckon it's a marketing ploy? Like they deliberately did something dumb and controversial so that people would go, "Oh, Comixology," and then they've got a better website planned.
I mean, if they
that's the only explanation.
I mean, no, I like that. I know the whole thing of like, all publicity is good publicity, but there's a line somewhere in Amazon of like they've gone way past that line. So yeah.
You could also permanently delete books and have to buy them back.
Oh yeah, because all the interface and your account page has changed. Like Like they've just buried stuff in like weird, obscure Amazon style menus as well. Like, yeah, it's so weird. Like when I first went on, I was like, where are all my books? Like I've got like thousands of books, and I was like, where are they all? Are they still here? I have no idea. And I had to Google it to find out where to look for the books that I already own.
That's bad.
Yeah.
Like,
And I know they've heard some of the backlash, and they've kind of done a little kind of PR message saying, yeah, we're aware it's not gone smoothly, which is a fucking statement, and they're going to improve things. So, yeah.
Blue Sonic has a point. Maybe it was the packaging department that organised the website.
Oh God. Yeah, they've just handed it over, and they're taking double shift, doing bad packaging and bad digital comics.
It wouldn't surprise me. I had an interview there for the graduate scheme, and honestly, even in the interview, they didn't make it sound like a place I'd want to work at. They were like, well, the thing with this job is that if you can do 7 things well, we'll want you doing 8th. And then when you do that 8th thing well, we'll want you doing 9th. And then when you do that 9th, and I was like, yeah, sign me up.
Wow.
Like, but yeah, Hackslash, I get the feeling that this might disappear over the next coming months. And that is such a good price. Even I had to order it right now whilst I'm doing this video. So because it's a bit more of an obscure title, again, it's Tim Seeley who did Revival, which also got mentioned earlier. I don't know if you saw that, but Volume 4 is like 55% off if you still haven't finished it.
Yeah, I did, and I think I got mine at maybe the exact same time you did, though, because we were in sync with those, weren't we?
Yeah,
so
it's dead weird.
But that's a good price.
Yeah, but yeah, I think Hackslash is going to go the same way. So it's just these 2 volumes, and I think that does complete the series. So I definitely recommend picking that up.
What is the Omnibus? Like, if you scroll down, is that a paperback, like, kind of compendium thing?
This was in the dark ages of Omnibus, like 2010. This was when we only had pretty much like, there was obviously more than this, but it was just like Fantastic Four by Stan Lee, and it was when it was like that wide.
Yeah.
So we were like, what is this format? I physically can't hold it. So everybody just used the word omnibus, and Marvel hadn't really defined what it was. I like how that's still in print, and I'm like, yeah, these hardcovers are much, much better. We're going to move into...
why. No one wants it.
It's dead at a mess with Image, isn't it? Because obviously the creators decide if something's going back in print. We're moving into the DC books now, and we're going to start with our final order cutoff check. Now, we're going to use organic price books because they say that the final order cutoff is March 18th, and we have got some absolutely... Apologies, I've got a bit of a cold at the minute. We've got some absolutely mammoth books that are coming out this month that I think you'll want to make sure that you've got pre-ordered. I'm just going to have a sip of my water. Not sponsored by water. But yeah, so jumping straight into it, the final order cutoff, by the way, is March 18th this month. So make sure you get your pre-orders in before then if you want to make sure that you get. We've got the Boys Omnibus Volume 2. Now you can get the signed edition and the non-signed edition. You have to decide for yourself if something being signed is worth just under double the price of what it is. For me, I'd rather just have it unsigned, and being in the UK, just hope that I bump into the creators at some point and get them sign it. But I do think it is great that they're coming out with these omnibuses for this. Have you read The Boys?
No, and this is now my chance to pick it up.
Decent.
Yeah.
That's decent. Oh, apparently I was well off with Hackslash. I thought for some reason the 2 was done. I don't know where I must have thought that from, but apologies. But still, Gatewell sits at that good price. We've also got 7 to Eternity, which is a new Rick Remender oversized hardcover that's coming out. Hopefully in that Rick Remender format. I can't imagine why it wouldn't be at this point. And these Rick Remender tends to go out of print pretty quickly, as we've seen in past whale watches. We've also got Descender reprint, which we spoke about. The deluxe edition of Pulp, which has also got like the process, so the line work and all the like inking. I cannot wait for that. Like, I'm gonna keep
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah. I hope they do the same for Reckless as well.
Yeah,
they probably will. This has tested the water.
Yeah, I mean, it's funny that they said they don't really want to do anything in deluxe edition size format. They just think standard or whatever is like the way
Yeah.
forward, and then immediately announce a deluxe edition. But it's different, isn't it? It's not quite the same thing. But
And I
yeah.
like that. I think that's a smart marketing technique, because then we're more likely to buy this because it is different. It's not just like, admittedly, some of the other Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips books, the border's very narrow, so is it really oversized? But this is different, so you wouldn't feel ripped off if you did buy it. Big books that definitely get your pre-orders in for. Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 2. I want to make sure that we get this full run. I did a video that was like my top 10, definitely not top 15 favorite things about Ultimate Spider-Man. And I love this series. I think I'm going to go for main cover just because, I don't know, it's iconic to me. Like, I keep saying that about everything.
Yeah.
Which cover are you going for?
Maybe the main one. I got the variant with the Casada cover, you know, the one with the web in the background for the first one. So it might be the main from here on out, because I think it would have been the main if that one hadn't have popped up, because like you say, it's iconic. So I'm happy to probably just go with those from now on.
And as well, like, I think that Casada cover was something special. The two DMs for this, even though the great covers are just covers for later issues, like, if it was like another unique pin-up, then maybe I reckon you'd do the unique pin-up, but because it's just the all covers from the series now.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just pick your favorite now at this point.
Yeah, I think so.
We've also got Star Wars Legends, The Rebellion, Volume 1. These Star Wars omnibuses are coming out thick and fast. I absolutely love that standard cover. Like, actually, these are both great covers, but hopefully they don't do a bodge job like they did for Rise of the Sith, because I ended up not getting the DM variant because the framing of it just ruined the art. So what was the point spending an extra 20 quid?
It's odd how they did that. I know that they keep doing that. Like, they did... I think they just released an actual picture of the Thor by Jason Aaron omnibus, and that was like framed completely differently to how they solicited it as well. So I hope it's not going to become a bit of a trend that they just shove any old image of the artwork and then figure it out later. Like,
with Thor, I give it a bit more slack because it kind of matches War of the Realms. But I do get what you're saying, that the original cover was like, bam, that first issue picture of Thor. Although the wraparound is nice in its own right, I got the feeling that could have been the actual hardback book, because obviously then you won't have the spine break. But I do wish it was what they originally solicited. This Captain Marvel book, I know some people aren't really a fan of it, but I really like that, like, main cover, and I think I'm probably going to go for that one. What else have we got coming out? More Conan, because I'm getting knackered with Conan. I don't know how...
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, what cover are you liking there?
Whatever that one is on the right. Like, that's quite iconic to me. I think I'd get that one.
Do you reckon this is going to be a situation, though, that everything that's collected in here might get collected in a Spider-Man by Dan Slott run?
I honestly don't care. I'd happily double dip. Just give me that Dan Slott run. Like,
I'm the same. I'll buy both.
Or this might be the kind of thing that they're doing with the War of the Realms, where they're just releasing the event thing first, and then they'll fill in the gap almost. I don't know.
That's why I get the feeling, if I'm being honest. But at the same time, if the mapping's right on this, it'll be worth picking this up, like 100%. This Predator book finally got resolicited. I'm so happy about that. I love both covers. I can't decide. Miracle Man. That's the cover. That should have been the main cover. 100%. That is the most iconic Miracle Man image that I can think of. I'm getting that without a doubt. I can't believe that book's coming out.
I'm going to pick that one up for sure.
Are you going with that cover, or are you going with one of the different ones?
Probably that one. I have no attachment to either one, so just whatever one, I think. But I think that one just yeah, visually looks better to me actually. So
Yeah.
probably that one. Is that the standard?
No, this is
Is that I
DM. This
can't
is
see it.
standard.
Okay. Yeah, DM then.
Yeah. The Excalibur reprint, which I definitely recommend picking up because that went stupidly out of print.
Well, I got an
overnight.
email the other day, Amazon telling me they're still trying to obtain the the Excalibur Omni I ordered from them. Like, what is it, 2 years ago now? 3? Is it 2? It can't be
It
3.
might just be in
It's a
last
long
year.
time.
I don't know. It might
Yeah.
be in first lockdown. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I ordered it
I'm not too
like
sure.
very first. I think it was very first lockdown,
Yeah.
and they've not cancelled it. Weirdly, so they're optimistic. That
I
they're
was
getting
lucky and
more.
I got it from Books, etc. Like, it just came
Uh,
in one day. And I was like,
yeah,
yep.
no, still waiting on Amazon. So
Yes, Highland, that does look like a new volume of Black Sad. And it looks like the first of at least 2, if it's called
yeah,
part 1. Should be coming out in, I can't do American dates. Like the July. You see, I got there in the end. We've also got volume 6 of the Sin City Fancy Editions and also volume 3 of Mad Men Library Edition. Madman, sorry. We've also got
Mad Men Library Edition would be a completely different thing. Although I'd probably still get it. I do like a bit of Don Draper.
I'd hope
So
it'd have a better ending.
yeah,
The ending's so trash.
Uh,
And the worst bit is, I hate people trying to justify it. I hate, like, no, the ending is dumb. Like, the ending is just so disconnected from the rest of the show. Like, it had a moment where it's like, Don spoilers for a show from about 8 years ago. Don has a moment of reflection where he realizes that maybe he wasn't on the path that he should have been. And then just the Coke advert. And it's like, well, did he make that? Like, is that what I'm supposed to believe? Am I supposed to believe that, like, adverts went on without it? What?
yeah, it doesn't really say, but like I actually don't mind the very last bit, like that whole bit with the advert. Is in
Yeah.
the ending in general, I kind of I don't know if I liked how it ended in general, but like the whole thing with the Coke advert I think was funny. But it was very jarring. It's a weird way to end it, I think. But
I just, it wasn't for me. I shouldn't say stuff's dumb. It just wasn't for me.
No, it's fine. It's hard to end a show anyway, isn't it? So
Yeah, like, it's one of them. Would you just go with a status quo ending? Like, oh, everything's back to normal. And it's like, well, what was the point in watching it in the first place? Or
yeah,
you have to do something to make an impact. And there's very few shows that actually can do a good ending. But Black Panther by Christopher Priest is also on the final order cutoff. You've also got the reprint of Teen Titans. Yeah, I saw that the 52 Omnibus has jumped up in price. It's
is
scary.
it?
Yeah,
Oh,
175 cover. Yeah.
interesting.
Luckily, you could still get 40% off at organic price books, which makes it better.
See, last time they did that though, because I ordered with Forbidden Planet ages ago. I ordered, I think it was Uncanny X-Men Volume 3, and I think that was one of the ones where they increased the price at some point.
Yeah.
Because I'd ordered at like a lower price, they cancelled my order, which was annoying because then the DMs went out of stock, and that was the one I'd ordered, so I couldn't reorder the DM. In fact, no, this is why I had 2, because I gave one to you,
brought
didn't
one.
I? Yeah. And yeah, because I just like jumped on an order as soon as I could get it, just so I could secure a copy, because they were getting hard to find at that point. And then I ended up with 2, but yeah,
I ended up with 1 though, so it's all good.
It's true. Silver lining.
That is shit though, because I know, like, in the past, in some situations, I don't know the full details, but like other companies have just gone, we'll take it on the chin.
Yeah.
But
I think Forbidden Planet occasionally do that, but sometimes they might not. Like with that kind of a jump, they probably won't. So I'm going to keep an eye on my order. So yeah, anyone else who's already pre-ordered it anywhere, just maybe keep an eye on your pre-order just in case.
Like, at the end of the day as well, these are companies that still need to pay the bills. Like, if DC or Penguin or whatever, the one who's changed the price, I don't get people who take it out on the company.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe I know some people are like, oh, you shouldn't list it at that price if you not willing to sell it. They didn't know that the price was going to jump up. So
Yeah,
I know that some companies do honor it, but I also don't really hold a grudge against anyone that does change it. But yeah, so you've also got the Justice League New 52 Volume 2, which I'm very excited about. 100 Bullets Volume 2, and also Doom Patrol by Rachel Pollack. So some great books that are available for pre-order. Should we move into the DC books? I think we should. So starting this off was one that did actually come back in stock in between the time when I was supposed to do this while watching when I actually did it. And it's a book that is going to be my next review, but it's The Batman by James Tynion, Rise and Fall of the Batman Omnibus. Now, when I checked, there was one place that had it in stock, but since then, Speedy Hen's got it back in stock, Weirdery, Blackwell's, and Books Etc. did have this briefly, because remember Barras showing up. So this is one that you should really check out my review for when it comes out, because I love this book. Okay, so it's going to restock on the 8th of this month, so I'm glad that I didn't do Way of Watch when I should have done, because I would have got that one wrong.
Well, the thing is, like, DC, as we all know, is just chaos incarnate. So, like, you've got a real tough challenge trying to predict patterns and stuff when it comes to DC. So don't beat yourself up. I think, like, as we all know, the decision making that goes on over there is that thing on South Park where they cut a head off a chicken and just let it run around on a board, and wherever it drops down is that's what they're going with.
And then they drain the blood on like a volume 3 of a like cover for an omnibus and go, yeah, that's the new design.
Yeah,
like who cares what the first two? Yeah, who cares what the first two was? You can get it from Read Comics. This is such a good book though, and I feel like it's so underrated because people are asking for a Tom King omnibus. This is the omnibus that I think you'll regret not picking up, in a similar way that everybody was hyped for Batman by Snyder, which, yes, is great, but everybody sort of neglected Batman and Robin. And then that went out of print, and now everybody wants that book. I think that this is going to be the Batman and Robin of the Rebirth Batman era. And it's so good. I can't wait to get my review out of this. Like, I just got really hyped the entire time, and I was like, and then I was like, I watched it back. I was like, you're gonna have to refilm this. Like, none of this is coherent. Which, you know, it's bad if I say it's incoherent. Like, but yeah, definitely recommend picking that one up. And
I'm hyped for that now. You're saying all this, and Highland G in the chat as well. He just said he has the deluxes and he loves this run.
It's so good. Like, you in
unless
particular,
you meant Tom King's run. Sorry, I might be misquoting you there.
I think they're both probably great runs, to be fair. Yeah. So,
I didn't get on well with Tom King's run. I tried to read a bit of it. I might give it another go, but yeah.
I've heard it's the later part that's the better part. So
yeah, okay.
But we'll see. But yeah. There's definitely a story arc in this that you'll hear my description of it in the review, and you'll be like, "Damn it, I need to read this." So, like, I know the moment that's going to make you want to buy this book, and you're going to message me, and I'm going to be like, "Told you." Now, another Batman omnibus. I just don't want to keep everybody.
I was going to say I already bought that book, so yeah, I totally. It's just Is there going to be something that you say that's big enough for me to go and read it?
What's the one thing that Batman's missing?
His parents. Oh, sorry. Did you not mean that?
I meant in concept. Like, basically, what's the greatest thing ever? That, like, what's the one movie that people should, if you're going to rip off anything, you should rip off this one movie, because if you're going to rip off something, rip off the best thing. Do you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know what you're saying, but I don't know exactly which bit you're gonna go with, because my opinion might be very different to yours. But
basically, you shouldn't rip off anything. You should always come up with an original idea. But if you are going to rip something off, might as well do Terminator, because it's already perfect. Do you know what I mean? Start with a 10 and hope for the... You don't rip off something that's a 3.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. You're going to have to wait for my review for the rest of it.
Okay, now I'm excited.
But the next book that I'm going to talk about is the Batman by Scott Snyder and Greg Capullo Omnibus, Volume 1. Now, Volume 2 finally got printed after everybody wanted it. And it looks like Volume 1 is drying up again. Is this going to be the last stocking of it? Who knows, because of the fact that Batman and Robin Omnibus went out of print, and it's similar era, New 52, both have had jams. And this series is now finished, and DC doesn't really have a lot of incentive to keep books in print once they've rounded out that collection. So I'll have to see if I can find this somewhere else. It did get a stock in around the same time as Volume 2 came out. So you might be able to pick it up in a few places, but sold out from organic price books. And Read Comics, let's see if they've got it. They've got Volume 2. A lot of places have Volume 2. And they do have Volume 1 in stock, but you can't really find it in a lot of other places. Who knows this time next month? Maybe there's a restock of it. I can't predict these things, but put it on your radar if it is that you're hoping for that restock. Now, another one is... You've probably already got this book, and I'm probably going to be jealous. I just saw it when...
It's not saying a lot.
I have books.
Oh, yeah, I do. Yeah, I've got this.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my Speedy Hen 20 quid one come through.
Oh, yeah.
What's
I
going
missed
on
out
here?
on that one.
You got the book early, though. You got the book
That's
before
true.
me, so
Well,
you won in the end. But it's
Yeah.
No Man's Land Volume 1 now. Yes, people who bought this on Speedy Hen, and people who are waiting for it from books, etc. No hope at the minute. Like, we haven't seen this coming at all. Do not worry, because it was the exact same situation with Road to No Man's Land. And for the first couple of months that came out, you could not get this anywhere because, once again, Speedy Hen had messed up the price. Don't know what they've got with this series, but hopefully they do. Hopefully with Volume 2, they once again put it up for about a £5 or something. But this is one of those series that, don't worry about it. It will come back in stock. I've seen people already scalping this book. Don't give in to the temptation. You will be able to find this book. I believe in you guys. I believe in you. So yeah, that probably will come in other places sooner rather than later. Next one, another New 52. And it's Animal Man. But did you see the price for Did you see the price?
No.
400 quid for this.
Jesus.
Get the 2 deluxe editions. Like, don't pay 400 quid.
Yeah. Although, are they getting hard to get now?
They are. That's why I'm saying get them.
Yeah.
Like,
but yeah, it's the same content, exactly the same. And the deluxe editions are nice as well. I got those.
Yeah, like, they're a good format. Like,
Yeah.
I think they're all right. But the New 52 Omnibus, as you can see, there's only 5 places that are selling it. You've got Weirdery, you've got Blackwell's and Book Depository, but there's not a lot of other places that are selling it. Let's have to see if Read Comics has got it. Purple Button of Doom. So that's another one that I do think should be on your radar. Now, one that I definitely know should be on your guys' radar is the JLA Tower Babel Deluxe Edition. Now, there's one left in stock from Amazon. 8 places that are selling it. You can still get it from Speedy Hen. You can always find a good, like, £5 off or 5% off code. There's always codes going around for that website. Never pay whatever it says at Speedy Hen. Find the discount code.
And anyone in the UK as well, it's worth checking places like, I think, HMV, their website, or Zavvi. I think I got mine off HMV for like, I don't know,
nice.
it's like a tenner or something. Yeah,
To
they don't
me,
do a lot of books, and when they do, they just pick random ones. And yeah, I think I got mine from here with, I think it was Secret Identity.
I'm looking for
Superman
JLX.
one. Yeah. Yeah, no. I reckon, see, like the places like this as well, they're just so random when it comes to comics. But it's still worth checking them.
I've heard it's because they only have like a certain... No, it's like when stuff goes into liquidation.
Yeah.
So they'll bulk buy stuff dirt cheap. And then... Yeah, Superman Secret Identity.
Yeah.
I can't see the JLA Tower Bubble. But if you go in their shops, Like I found absolute League of Extraordinary Gentlemen Black Dossier for like 20 quid from there. Don't know why I don't pick it up.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's a good shout, HMV, and especially Zavi. But yeah, they'll buy stuff in liquidation, and that's why it's a bit random, because it's kind of DC just trying to get rid of any remainder stock. But at the same time, that to me is a sign that nowhere else is going to get stock of these. They're not going to get another restock of it because they're trying to get rid of it. Why would you reprint it?
Yeah. Good point.
I feel jealous. Like I pre-ordered this book. I was so looking forward to it. Oh, that is a good price. But to me, like I said, that's a sign that you need to pick it up. Like,
Although, yeah, maybe anything on that page, then maybe that's a sign that to jump on it, because
oh yeah,
I
definitely.
still want to pick up the V for Vendetta anniversary one. Because
Can I
I've
go in
never read it.
absolute?
Still never read it. Is there an absolute of it?
Yeah, and it smells
Is
really
it?
nice.
Does it?
Like
I think all books smell nice.
pages.
Really?
Yeah. Don't know what with, but it smells nice. I'm
Okay.
gonna have a sniff of that when this is ended. I'm gonna treat myself.
Does it smell like chicken blood? I don't know, by any chance.
It's just my copy, that is. I eat noisily when I'm reading. But I've had a few people asking me about the JL8 Avengers Heroes Initiative variant cover sort of reprint. There's only going to be 7,000 copies of this. And people are like, oh, I can't find it. Where will I likely get it? God knows. I've pre-ordered it and I don't think I'm assuming I'm not going to get this.
Me too.
But there is.
Yeah.
Did you pre-order it from Reed as well? Or
I did,
Planet?
yeah. Which means that if me and you did, and I think Cade might have done, and I know Barath probably did, so that's like probably more allocations than they're going to get of that 7,000. So
Yeah.
unless we were like the first 4 people to order from here, I doubt.
And they get 4 copies.
And then they're probably going to get like 2 if they're lucky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a bit worried about it, but apparently there was a big legal thing. That's why there's only 7,000. The good thing that's come out of this, though, when I'm doing my top 5 notable works on George Perez, which I'm editing at the minute, I'm trying to find as much documentary footage as I can. I wanted to give all the proceeds to that video to a charity. I'm going to be giving it to the Hero Initiative. I think it's a great cause. So one good thing's come out of it, even if people can't get their hands on this book. But yeah, like, guys, I don't have some secret source on this one. Even Organic Price Books, when I reached out to JP, is like, I'm waiting to see how many I get in before I even start taking. He's not doing pre-orders for it. You can put it on your wish list, but I think that's a good pragmatic approach of just like see how many you get first and then sell them. But yeah, it's just going to be. I'm really hoping there aren't arseholes though that scalp this. Like,
there will be, and I think that's what some of the comic shops have been saying, is that they might end up like auctioning it off basically themselves rather than letting someone else put it on eBay, and then they'll donate what they can of that to the charity. And like, rather than letting people make tons of money off this, because I mean that's not in the spirit of what they're doing, is it? So
especially for something that has clearly gone through a lot just to get it over the finish line. To get this here, like, you are right though, there will be scalpers for this book, and like normally with scalping, I'm like, just don't pay it, like just don't, like, there, mystery solved, because they'll have to reduce the price eventually. But with this, I'm like, in principle, it's a dick move to scalp this book, like.
100%. Yep.
Next book. I know this only recently came out in the last couple of months, but Justice League Dark seems to have dried up a bit on Amazon. And this is a very, very whammy book. You can get it from Speedy End, though, so that's definitely where I'd recommend getting it from. But this is a title I did not think would get... I wanted it to get an omnibus, but I didn't think it would. So the fact that it's here, sold out over here at Organic Price Books, the fact that this did get its omnibus, I was like, I'm not waiting, I'm just buying this. I'm not going to wait for a price drop. I'm not going to wait and see if anything happens. You can get it from Reed Comics, though.
Like I feel like it's the kind of thing that when it's gone, like I don't know if they'll just be able to justify like reprinting it, just because it's a bit obscure, isn't it? Like apart from like, I know like rumored TV shows or movies for a while. With I don't know if they're going anywhere with those kind of things. Maybe that might be the kind of thing it takes to get like it properly reprinted. But
yeah,
yeah,
it's just as well. It'd be $175 now, cover price. I think we were lucky to get that for the price we did before this jump. If 52's jumped up in price, this book will, like, it's so mammoth. It's mammoth. That's the only word I can think to describe it as.
yeah, it is.
Some good news though. I probably should have found this list station. The American Vampire is finally getting a second omnibus. Yes, it's finally happening. The reason I'm bringing this up is because for all the shit that we give to DC, justified or not, they do tend to reprint earlier volumes in time for a subsequent volume, especially when it comes to omnibuses. So American Vampire Volume 1 was one that I know a lot of people wanted. I think yourself wanted one, or did you manage to get one?
Oh yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just very well, not doubtful, but yeah, it's DC, so doubtful that they were going to do a volume 2. So, but I know they were still wrapping up the series when they did volume 1. So yeah, it didn't come straight away. But as with anything DC, the longer it gets, the more nervous you get as to whether they're not going to actually print a volume 2 or not. So this made me happy.
And then with volume 1 going out of print, I was like, I'm stuck with this book now. It's kind of like Red Hood and the Outlaws. I was like, okay, great, another incomplete series. But yeah, I reckon that you will see a lot of these coming up on eBay, volume 1, I mean. You'll see a lot of them coming up on eBay. I would say hold out till October. Like, you haven't got the complete run anyway until this book comes out, so what's the point? Paying over cover price for volume 1. But yeah, some good news. Let's see how much it is on now. Used 90 quid, new 323. And this will have a remainder mark on it, which, you know, it's up to you if you like that kind of thing. Yeah, Luke, when was the last time this was even in print? God, January 2020. So yeah, I definitely, you know, if you've waited this long, wait a little bit longer and you will probably see a reprint of volume 1 coming across. And hopefully that is good news for some of you guys. What's the next book? Okay, one that I think should be on your radar. And this is another one that's boomeranged. Every now and then I'm like, I think this is going to go out of print. Oh, I think this is going to stay in print, but it's Injustice Volume 1. Now, having a look at the places that are selling it, there's only 6. Amazon isn't even the main place that's selling it, although they are the cheapest for some reason. V-King, can't say I've used them. You've got Blackwell's and Weirdery, but not a lot of places selling Volume 1. And now that Volume 2 is out, in a similar way to what I was just saying about Batman New 52 by Scott Snyder, there's no real incentive for them to keep printing this. You know, the movie has come out as well, so there's not a lot of eyes on this series anymore. So you don't know if this is drying up properly.
Yeah, I'm torn. I didn't jump on this, but I feel like this is one of the things that I'll regret not getting, because I've heard, like, everyone I've heard who's read it really likes it.
And the spines match. The spines match.
They're gorgeous. Yeah.
Is that not worth it alone? Like, well done, DC. You did one right.
It's a historical moment when they do that, though, and they don't mess it up. So there's something to be said for it. Maybe I might have to. No, I won't. I'll stay strong. I'll read it digitally on a really crappy Comixology reader.
And want the
big gorgeous books with matching spines. Yeah.
This one's thanks to Barath, because the JSA omnibuses all came back in print. He brought them, I believe, from Reed Comics, if I'm remembering right. But I know this is a series that occasionally has come in and out of print. You can get all 3 at the minute. You can get all 3 from Reed Comics as well. This is such a phenomenal run. I need to finish out the end of it.
So between us, we've probably read the whole thing, because I've just read the end of it. So
you just like Power Girl, that's why.
Well, you know.
Who doesn't? I can't blame you.
Yeah, who doesn't?
But yeah, they're on back order at Organic Price Books, which is normally a good sign that they can put the order in with diamonds. So I don't know how many more chances people need to pick this up if you do want them. Like, yes, I know it's a steep buy if you're getting all three at the same time. But do you remember when Volume 2 was pretty much going for the price of the 3 volumes?
Yeah, that was that, because that was when I was just about to decide to pick them up, and that happened, and I was kicking myself for ages. But then
Yeah.
I think the restock happened, and I jumped on all three at once from, I think it was Reed as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, when these get hard to get, they really, you'll be kicking yourself, I think, if you just let one of these go out of print. So yeah, a great series from what I've heard, and the bit I have read was amazing. So
I hope you enjoy the rest of it.
yeah,
You should really go back and read the first part as well. Like,
well, that's the bit that
and not go
everyone
back and read
gushes
the end.
over, I think. Like, so yeah. Yeah, and it's not some weird thing as well. Like, the reason I've only read the end of it is because it does kind of start with a new number one at the very end, like the JSA series, or Justice Society of America number one is the very tail end of that run.
Oh, I wonder
I
why
think
that might have been something to do with Blackest Night or something. Or
it was I think it was quite before Blackest Night. It was when the Brad Meltzer Justice League also had a number one, and they kind of started off together at the same time and had a bit of a crossover.
yeah, this is my problem with not reading the end. Like, but next book is the He-Man Omnibus. Now, I've mentioned this a few times, and I know obviously that new season of the Netflix show that no one seems to really like is coming out. But again, look at the places that are selling this. You haven't got Speedy or Books, etc. Or even, I don't think I believe I saw Book Depository. Am I wrong? Yeah, Book Depository's got it. Well, they say they're getting it in next week. So are they actually? But this is another one that's boomeranged in and out of stock so many times that I get the feeling that it is going to be like Batman and Robin, that one day the boomerang won't come back and it just won't be in stock again. And I don't want that to happen to anybody who does want this. Why is it not showing it me? Yeah, sold out. Apologies, it's been a long day. It's been sold out over at Organic Price Books. Let's have a see if we can get it from Reed. This is a fun collection of stories. There was a crossover with the Injustice League, which was just really dumb but fun.
Really?
Yeah, like it's kind of like when the Power Rangers had a crossover with the Justice League.
I've heard good things about it, but I've never really been into He-Man, so I don't know if I'd enjoy it.
The good thing about comics like this, and it's a similar situation with Power Rangers, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Transformers, that they're just written by people who love the properties. So even if you didn't grow up on the series, you're just getting good storytelling. Like, everybody's talking about that Flintstones book to the point where I feel like I need to buy it because
I
just sounds so good.
Yeah.
Does it look nice?
It's just like, well, it's a standard like DC Deluxe Edition. They've done a good job on it. They always do with their deluxe editions, and I've heard good things about it. Literally earlier today, I saw Dino on Instagram. He read it and said it was really good. But yeah, it sounds weird. And I've never been a massive fan of the Flintstones either. But I've heard you don't need to be. So
that's the same as me. We're in the same boat there. So I might pick it up. I'll probably pick it up knowing me. I don't know what's this might business. Now, some good news. Over the week, I saw that Absolute Swamp Thing Volume 1 and 2 came back in stock over at In Stock Trades because somebody in one of the Omnibus groups puts up like announcements when stuff comes back in stock. I believe Volume 2 quickly disappeared because of the fact that so many people wanted it at the same time. But Volume 3 should be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And like, they've done it so many times before, but I think Volume 1 and Volume 2 will come back in stock properly when that does happen. Now, that price has crept down a little bit already. Wait, it says 2 new and then doesn't show me 2. Somebody might have brought it in between the time you're clicking it.
Yeah.
But look, just a couple of weeks ago, 226 quid. But I don't think that In Stock Trades just stumbled on a couple. Like, I think that there probably is going to be a restock of this, but I think it'll probably be the last one, because why would you keep it out of print for so long and then?
Yeah, and didn't they just release a new box set with the
the paperbacks,
paperback collection in it as well? So
yeah.
like they're giving you all the chances to pick up this run as they can, and yeah, they might just kind of stop.
Yeah, if you love original writer, this is for you. If you're not seeing that, like, his name's just original writer now.
Is it?
Not on Swamp Thing. It's more of his Marvel stuff.
Yeah,
but it's like
the other stuff. Yeah,
he's the only person who I know that gets referred to as original writer. So, like, it just it's also a bit of a redundant phrase. Like, yes, he is why not just say the writer? Like,
yeah. Well, because he's the original writer, he's like the OG. It's like a term of endearment.
In case you get the copy where somebody else wrote over his work.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. The unoriginal writer, that's what we call him.
Yeah.
Apparently, Wordery has Volume 1 back in stock for anybody who's looking for it. But, yeah, the Nancy A. Collins was tough to get at one point, and I think it did feature on a Whale Watch, because I tend to put every book on Whale Watch, if I'm being honest. I'm like, oh, this looks like it's going out of print. But yeah, Swamp Thing's one of those obscure characters that's sort of just on the precipice of being well known, but never really seems to break past that. Like, you know, he's got a couple of TV shows throughout history and a movie, and but he never seems to break past. So these titles, I would just recommend getting them. I can't wait to get Volume 3 in, although they'll probably announce, oh, apparently Forbidden Planet has both volumes in. So if you need Volume 2, make sure that you get the jump on that and pick it up. But yeah, they'll probably announce an omnibus as soon as Volume 3 goes out of print anyway. So
yeah, I mean, if they do, I'm not going to be good, because these absolutes are gorgeous books. So
yeah,
I'm
really well
still
put together.
Happy. Yeah, for sure. Apart from, was it the first printing of Volume 1 that wasn't put together? And yeah, try and avoid that one if you can. I think the binding on it was really bad.
You can tell by the logo, though. I think the second printing's second printing onwards is Black Label.
Yeah.
So if it just says Vertigo, I think that's the one that you need to avoid, if I'm remembering correctly.
I think so. Yeah. It's whatever the logo is for Volume 2. Yeah, you want the matching one basically for Volume 1.
Yeah. Watch them get Volume 3's logo wrong.
Yeah, they'll just change it. Or they won't put a logo. Be like, we forgot.
They'll put the Marvel logo just for a laugh. Like, you know what? I'd rate that. Like, I wouldn't be happy, but I'd go, you got some balls, DC.
Yeah. Well, Alan Moore's not going to complain, is he?
Who? Do you mean original?
Original, sorry, OG writer. Yeah.
Legit. Do you know what we always talked about? Could you imagine if we got a podcast and try and get Alan Moore on? Could you imagine? If the entire time we're just like, so original writing. It seems like it'd be a good laugh. I reckon he'd find that funny.
I hope so.
Or if he doesn't, it'd get very serious very quickly.
It would, and yeah, it would be a very short interview. But I always get the sense that he's a lot more chill than his kind of the media image of him being like this grumpy dude. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah,
like it'd just be mad. You know me, I wouldn't dare if he was. if I thought, hello, Mr. Sir Alan Moore. I'd be so polite. I'd learn the difference between brought and bought, finally. We're jumping into the Marvel books now, and Marvel has gone even weirder than normal. It seems like there is no such thing as Marvel books being in stock. It's just they're all available for pre-order, and then they disappear. First example, Star Wars by Charles Soule. Now, there's only one place that's selling this, and it's Amazon at full cover price. This came out in December, so there has been chance for these to get across. I still think you should be able to find this in a couple of places. I absolutely love the DM variant of this, and I'm reading it at the minute. Okay, so you can get both covers over at Organic Price Books for a decent price. I'll see if Forbidden Planet's got this, then good sign. But it's weird that nowhere but Amazon's got this, isn't it? Like, no books, etc. No weirdery, no Speedy Hen, no nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I think have they got both covers even on Forbidden Planet?
Yeah, both covers on
It's
there.
weird.
But with it being that, I know obviously we're in the era of reprints, and it's Star Wars, so I wouldn't expect this to go out of print for a while. But the Kieran Gillen omnibus that is now getting a reprint, that went ridiculously out of print. I don't want you guys to be in the same situation with this book, whereas I can't really see it going much cheaper. So if you want it, why not just bite the bullet at this price if you can afford to do so, if you've got the money for that, instead of just going, oh, I'll wait a bit, and then maybe it disappearing completely. It just doesn't make sense to me.
And it's a really good run. I hope you're enjoying it, because I loved it. Yeah, really rate it.
I'm rating Kieran Gillen's more out of the gate, but both very, very good books. This is more in.
Yeah.
I feel like this is. It's just weird that this was released after Kieran Gillen, because chronologically, this is set before. And you know, being sort of a prequel, apologies, because those were the first Star Wars films I saw in the cinema. I'm liking where it's set. I just aren't a massive fan of the. Oh, do you remember that Order 66 to kill every Jedi? We forgot more. Like, oh shit, we executed this. I was like, you let 2 go, you let Obi-Wan and Yoda go. I'll allow that, but now it's like, oh, we forgot this one as well. And apparently Palpatine just knows. I get that obviously you can say, oh, he's testing Darth Vader, but how far did that message go? Because I swear it went to like the troops first, and they were like, okay, let's just kill every Jedi. I don't know. I'm gonna get like a massive Star Wars essay sent to me now. Like, oh, you don't understand the continuity.
I get what you're saying, but I think for stuff like that, you have to kind of remember it's Star Wars, and everyone's got their own little angle, and you have to make stuff up to just forget the rules and oh, they didn't hunt down all the Jedi is a perfectly acceptable one for me, because I mean, it's a big universe, or it was until the Mandalorian started popping up in Boba Fett, and sorry, spoiler alert for anyone who's not seen that.
It should be called Order 66% completion rate. That's what it should be called.
I think that's why they picked it. They were like, the forecasting was, it came out about 66%.
2/3, good enough.
Yeah, it's not bad. And then they've got the cleanup crew, the Inquisitors. So
yeah, I'm that's the bit I'm on at the minute, and I'm really liking that. It can overtake Kieran Gillen's run. It just hasn't straight out the gate. I'm hoping it does, because I really love Kieran Gillen's run. Vader Down was phenomenal. Vader Down has been the highlight of everything Star Wars comic since Marvel got the rights back for me so far. So if he could top that, please do.
I don't think it will, but I think you might still appreciate this run in a different way by the end. It's hard to say, but yeah.
What's the next book? Another one that only recently came out, but I have heard that this has been sold out at Diamond level. And why would you not get this? It's Daredevil by Charles Soule. Now, yes, it came out pretty much the same day as Darth Vader. It was a very soulful day on that day. But if you look here, there's not a lot of places selling this one either. And I have heard, I believe it was in one of the omnibus groups I'm in, that this is sold out at Diamond level. So the stock that's in is apparently the last stock that people can get. And this is a nice looking book. Like, I think people should pick this up. And you see, both covers sold out at Organic Price Books.
I mean, it's a Daredevil book. Everyone should jump on it, because, I mean, I'm reading through all my Daredevil omnis at the minute, and it's just so consistent.
Yeah.
And I even enjoyed Shadowland for what it was worth. Like, the tie-ins were a bit hit and miss, but like, that's where I'm up to. And I've read the Wade run after that, and then this is the next one that I've not read yet.
Yeah.
So
and then you've got Zdarsky, like,
which again is, I've not read it, but it's getting good hype from people who've read it. So Yeah,
we're getting an omnibus of that. Like, it's going to be guaranteed.
yeah,
We're going to
for
get
sure.
an omnibus of Devil's Reign probably next year, and then a year after that, we'll get the first Zdarsky omnibus. But
Yeah.
you can get both covers from Read Comics, so you can still get your hands on it. But like I said, I've heard that this is already at that sold out level. Both covers are available from Forbidden Planet as well, but I wouldn't really sit around on this too long because Daredevil omnibuses go out of print. Even I know you're saying that you like Shadowland, but Shadowland is one of those characters that Shadowland is one of those events that the majority of people don't really like. But now that it's gone out of print, everybody wants that book.
Yeah, I've heard about that recently, and it's because it's worth having, and it's gonna fill that gap on your shelf. Like, there's nothing more annoying than having like every other Daredevil omnibus because of the way they all flow into each other, which
Yeah.
is really cool. So I think, yeah, just having a gap on your shelf when they release the Zdarsky eventual omnibus, like, yeah, you're gonna wish you jumped on this. Like, I had that Brubaker Volume 1 gap for so long, and it just annoyed the hell out of me that I ended up buying it right before they announced the reprint.
No, you made the selfless sacrifice. That's what we call it.
I did.
And we thank you.
Yeah.
Do you want another Daredevil omnibus that I'm worried about that should be called a Daredevil omnibus?
Oh, is it the Marvel Knights?
Yep. Did you see me where to start Moon Knight?
Yeah.
I recommended a series called Marvel Knights, and I was like, you may be wondering if it's included in the Marvel Knights omnibus, but it's not.
Because this is a Daredevil omnibus. Yeah. I'm
Even
gonna
Spider-Man's
do
more
a dust
prominent on
jacket. Yeah, I don't know why, because like he's hardly in it. But yeah, I'm totally gonna make my own dust jacket for this.
I can't blame you, but I do think that this is also on its way out. It's been out for nearly 4 years now. Amazon's the only place that we really know that's selling this, and it's been out for so long, and it doesn't have a ton of buzz about it. There's some good stuff in here. Casada is it's Kevin Smith, isn't it? This Casada's doing the art.
All the artwork is Quesada, but yeah, Kevin Smith's got the first chunk of that book as the writer, and the thing I like about and he does. And what I like about this omnibus though is that his run has quite an important kind of character moment in it. And then also the run after that is David Mack's stuff where he introduced Echo, which I was reading this at the exact same time that the Hawkeye show was coming out, and she was in that, which was an interesting just coincidence of it lining up. But I really liked that. That was probably the highlight of the book for me, like those issues with Echo in it. So if you like Echo, yeah, this is like her introduction and stuff in this Omni. So yeah, pick it up.
Did this include Daredevil Father as well?
Yeah.
I had to sell me 6. The reason this is sealed is because I had the 6 oversized hardcovers of this in the Bendis run, and I sold them because of the fact that I couldn't get Father in oversized hardcover.
Right.
So I was like, gonna have to do it. And then because of that, as soon as I brought that book, I was like, yeah, I'm getting those Bendis reprints. And then it was game over. But yeah, I wouldn't sleep around on this one for too long, even if it has got a dumb name for what's contained in it.
Yeah.
What's the next book? Actually, this book's always been cheap comic, sometimes on sale, so I'll just have a quick look. It's gone back up to full cover price, but can't win everything. A recent book that's come out that's disappeared that I'm really annoyed at because I wanted to pick this up, even though it's just a glorified oversized hardcover.
Yeah.
It's Howard the Duck by Chip Zdarsky. Now it appeared in Speedy Hen, and I put it in my basket, and it was like, this book is no longer available. It only came out 2 weeks ago, so I don't know where I stand on this.
I wasn't sure it made it across here yet because I ordered this from Forbidden Planet and I've not heard anything. Like they usually email when things get pushed back, but I've been getting a lot of those recently, so maybe I missed one, but I don't remember them. Yeah, I don't remember them saying anything. It's probably just sat in like awaiting stock. Might check on it now.
Well, if I could have got this from Speedy Hen with the £5 off code, basically would have been half price, and I would have been comfortable paying that. But it is a very slim book. Like,
Yeah.
they are literally just putting Omnibus on oversized hardcovers now and hoping that people are happy with it. I did see that it went up on Books Etc. I just thought, because it was about 38 quid or something like that, because of the fact it's a bit cheaper. And I was like, I can't justify that for the amount of pages that are in this. But
So I've just searched on Forbidden Planet, and there's the original cover is there, but the DM is the one I've ordered, and that's not listed anymore. So I don't know whether there was just problems with the DM. Let me try and find my actual order. Because I know that's been happening a lot more recently, isn't it? Where like the DM will be available like a week sooner or later than the actual standard cover.
Organic Price Books is saying it's coming out on March 8th specifically for the DM. So that's interesting.
Okay, so I shouldn't worry too much then, I guess, if it's...
Must be difficult to print that dust jacket.
Yeah, so it's still awaiting stock for me on Forbidden Planet.
It's in stock at Read Comics, apparently. But I can't justify 40 quid like for 400 odd pages. That is ridiculous. It's like 10 quid for every 100 pages.
35, which I'm fine with because it's not too bad, but yeah.
I still think this is one that is going to disappear because it's such an obscure character. And yeah, I'm on the Zdarsky hype train at the minute, but I feel like they brought this out just for the Zdarsky hype train, if I'm being honest.
Maybe.
Like, they're like, oh, put Omnibus and Zdarsky and something, and people buy it until we give them Daredevil.
Yeah, it might be like a tester that they're doing to see, like, because
how small they
I've
can make
noticed
it.
they do that is just like they'll not be sure of a creator, do a tester omnibus to see if they get the real omnibus, and maybe this is like the Zdarsky tester to see how many of the Daredevil they need to print.
Kind of like that Marvel Cosmic Universe by Donny Cates.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Speaking of which, actually, that's a really good segue because the next book that I'm going to talk about is the Cosmic Ghost Rider Omnibus. Something that I did a double dip or skip on, and I really enjoyed doing that. But already, this came out in September, so it's been about 6 months. It's only 3 places that are selling it, and Amazon's the only one that we really know about. Now, it's been out quite a bit of time, and this was pretty much the equivalent of an event omnibus because it wasn't just Donny Cates, it was the stuff that wasn't written by him as well. The DM variant, unfortunately, isn't available at Read Comics, but you can get the standard cover. Did these guys have it on their sale? Oh, okay, In-Stock Trades hasn't got it either. I knew as soon as I... Okay, you can get both covers then from Read Comics, but this is still one that, again, it's a little bit more of an obscure title, so I'm not really too sure if there'd be that much incentive for Marvel to keep printing this, especially with the massive overlap that there was between the Cosmic Universe Omnibus. Losing my voice.
Yeah. I just noticed that if you want the DM as well, just take note, it's like £10 more expensive here on Read. If I'm seeing that right. I don't know how often they do that, but yeah, just
sometimes
be
they do,
yeah.
Which I don't know where I stand with that. I like when it's not increased in price, because obviously I like paying a certain price for a cover, but at the end of the day, like, that's just what you've got to do sometimes, isn't it? Like, they're a good business. I know they're family owned, so I don't know. I don't know if you have to pay more for the DM variant, so because obviously you're written
but I imagine they might be more limited on how many they make.
Yeah.
Because there's obviously, I don't know, it could be differences. Maybe if it's something that's rarer, obviously it might be worth more. But
I think as well, a lot of people who complain about stuff like that, when like Read Comics is the last place that's got something, are probably gonna try and scalp. Like,
yeah.
So you complain that they're adding 10 quid where you're going to charge double cover price. Like, it's baffling.
Yeah.
Next book is the Fantastic Four Omnibus Volume 1, the most recent printing. Don't know if this has got the new spine. Obviously, Amazon's not really going to take much notice of stuff like that. There's only 11 left in stock, and Amazon is the only place that's selling it. And with these reprints, I've said it before, I'll say it again, you need to make sure that you're getting these is like a main priority because they are reprint. Marvel knows that people might have had the first copies already, so okay, you can get both covers at organic price books. Let's have a see if these have got it. I know the spines are really starting to annoy people with these a bit. I can't blame them. Like, I dipped out of Silver Age specifically because it was hitting me head.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the spines themselves. I just don't like the mismatch that you're going to end up with depending on when you bought what. So
yeah, like Uncanny X-Men, we're doomed. This Volume 5, but I'm not selling 4 volumes.
No. If anything, I'm gonna get someone to do me a dust jacket for just one volume.
Barrath. That was literally the next book that I was going to talk about, and it's also evidence of what I'm saying, that reprints need to be your priority because Mutant Massacre, that price has shot up, and there's also one place that's selling it new, which is Amazon itself. This was a reprint that I know a lot of people were waiting for anyway. And with X-Men books, you don't want any gaps in your collection because they will go ridiculously out of print. Sorry. Both covers are available on organic price books. Only recently came out, but that's not an indication anymore. Like when I started doing Whale Watch, you had about 6 months at least from something coming out to going out of print. Now it's like pre-order it or assume it's going out of print. Like,
yeah, the FOMO is real.
I know. Like I think they know, and they've made it worse. But both covers are available over here on Forbidden Planet. We've just got a few more books left to do, and then we can sit and have a look at any suggestions that you guys have. But speaking of X-Men books, I'm just going to whiz through this one. I would recommend checking other websites, like to see if you can find it on some place that maybe you know about. But it's the Astonishing X-Men. Again, it's a reprint that also then had a restock, which even they aren't guaranteed anymore. But Amazon's the only real place that's selling it. Actually, I've used a place in space before. They are pretty decent. I think it got me Brian Michael Bendy's Crime Noir Omnibus from them. I think.
I literally just got, I think it was the second volume of the Dan Jurgens standard hardcovers for Booster Gold off them this week.
Nice.
They've always been great. I used to buy single issues off them like 10 years ago. Yeah, Place and Space are really trustworthy.
As well, I think, if I'm remembering correctly, they always had the biggest stall at like Birmingham and at Manchester Comic Con.
Cool.
And you could see the wall of comics like from a mile away. Yeah. Just memories.
This might not be true, but I heard it. So I'm going to...
So it must be true.
Don't shout at me if it isn't true, but I don't know if you've seen Spaced, the TV series with Simon Pegg.
No, I can't say I've seen
Edgar Wright directed it all. It's like, it's amazing. But I think the comic shop in there that he works at or he goes to work at, one of the comic shops in there is a Place in Space. So
that's
fun
cool.
fact. Yeah. But don't quote me if that's wrong.
Nope. You said it. So now it exists on the internet forever.
I know Shane from Dawn of Comics, I think it's his go-to shop.
I thought you were going to say it's his shop then, and I've literally just been like, they're okay, I guess. Shit. I didn't notice this though, but it's like, this is coming from Amazon US. So Amazon UK doesn't actually have it in stock. Oh shit, that's kind of worrying. And this is, I know Joss Whedon, we're not on good terms with him as a community anymore, but Astonishing X-Men, I think that's the one thing that it's like, okay, well, still like you for that. Like, Astonishing X-Men, phenomenal.
Yeah, phenomenal. My first X-Men book as well. Loved it.
So good. It's on back order at Organic Price Books. I cannot spell. This is why I never used to do it live. I'm really bad at this. So you can get in stock both. Oh, the DM variant's on sale. Although for me, I think the original cover is actually better.
Yeah, I don't
love
like how the second one is kind of a bit too meta or like fourth wall breaking, like you sat there reading the book. Like, I don't know. There's just something off about that. It just does my head in.
It would have
So
been funny if for this cover they edited it so they had the omnibus cover. Like
yeah,
that would have been cool.
the cover, that one, and not the one he's
Yeah.
in, because I've seen that on covers as well, where it's like the cover and a cover and a cover and a cover, and yeah, it's like coverception or whatever.
As well, though, they designed this cover specifically for the omnibus, and I think that's like something that should make you buy. That's why with the Conans,
Yeah.
I get the new cover because it's like someone has made that specifically for this book. Like they've clearly cared about the product or been paid a bit to do it.
Yeah.
So either way, you can get both covers from Read Comics. Phenomenal series. You get the Marcus and Adam stamp of approval. Like, what more do you need? Another series that I think is going to be one of those, as soon as you can get it, is the Aliens the Original Years Volume 2. Now, Amazon already at full price, and I know when, do you remember when Organic Price Books put up that video about stock that was coming in damaged? And they said for stuff that's got like minor little stuff for like smaller print runs, and he said Conan, Aliens, and stuff like that. So these naturally have a smaller print run. So these are books that I think you should be pre-ordering as quick as you can because look, it's already pretty much dried up, and you've already got 2 more volumes coming out. So who knows? Maybe they will do a temporary reprint or something like that. Maybe at the time before the last volume, like with Incredible Hulk by Peter David. But I don't know. Beautiful books.
Yeah, I have them. I haven't read them yet, but I'm excited because Aliens is one of my favorite films of all time. So,
are you more of a Alien or Predator guy?
Oh, Alien for sure. Yeah.
I'm more Predator.
Really?
Because of
are we
Arnold,
gonna have to fight? Yeah.
That's all I've got. If that doesn't
I don't know how I do an impression of an alien.
You'd have to add something to your tongue.
Yeah.
Add a Pez dispenser to your tongue.
See, it just cracks me up as well because I can't not think of is it Family Guy? There's a skit where he's like, oh, I likes to eat people, especially y'all. Get back in there, little mouth. I can't remember. It's funny. Google it.
I started watching a bit of Curb Your Enthusiasm, and I've never watched it before. But like, my mate at work was like, "This guy's you, but old," and he's like, "Oh,
the main guy."
Yeah,
David or whatever his name.
Yeah, it was that bit where it was "Thank you for your service," and it just. Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it. No.
So an army vet walks in, and like they're like, "Everybody, this is Todd," and he's just come back from doing his service, and like there's these 3 people in the line, and he shakes hand to the first person. He's like, "Todd, thank you for your service," and it's like, "You don't have to thank me. The real heroes are still out there." Second person is like, "Oh my god, I just want to say thank you for your service," and he's like, just doing what I had to do for my country. Third person does the same thing, and then he gets to Larry and he goes, "Hey, how you doing?" And everybody's looking at him, and he's just like, "What?" He's like, "I just asked him how you. Do I have to thank him? He didn't go across from me." Like he's just so. I'm not doing it justice. It was quite funny.
I need to watch that. I've heard good things about it. Yeah.
But the next book that we're going to talk about is Venom by Donny Cates Volume 2. Now, don't worry, I do have a double dip or skip coming out for the Venom Omnibus and also the Black Kingdom. I almost said Blackest Night. Kingdom Black Omnibus. Very, very similar titles, apparently, in my head. But if you were collecting these oversized hardcovers, Volume 2 looks like it's dried up. Now, I can see if I can find it in a few other places, but if I'm being honest, I think the majority of people are probably going to go for the omnibus at this point. But if you did have Volume 1 and you were a bit unsure, if you can get Volume 2, I'd definitely just recommend doing it. Purple Button of Doom over at Read Comics. Does Chit Comics have it? This is a phenomenal run. I can't wait for the omnibus to come out and it get the respect it deserves.
Yeah, I've only read the beginning. I think probably 12 issues or so.
Mm.
But yeah, I've been looking forward to like getting stuck into the whole deal.
It's so good. Volume 3 is coming out this month as well. That's the last one I need. And then King in Black. But like I said, I've got a video coming out, guys. So make sure you're looking forward to that one. I've also got one coming out in the coming weeks for the Captain Britain Omnibus because this is my turf. I feel like I have to talk
Yeah.
about him. So yeah, got a good couple of double dipper skips coming out to hopefully save you guys a bit of money. So if you're not already and you're somehow at the 2-hour mark of this video, make sure that you subscribe. Last couple of books now. Another one that we've already touched on, but in a similar situation to Daredevil, I've heard that the Ultimate Spider-Man Omnibus is sold out at Diamond as well. I'm not sure if that was just the DM variant covers because I heard that from JP. He was like, these are the last of this cover that we've got. But I've also heard that it is sold out at Diamond level. You can get it from Books, etc., Wordery. And admittedly, I think this is going to have a big print run anyway. So even if it's sold out at Diamond, I don't think it's going to be like an overnight drying up. But especially if you wanted some of the DM variants, like Adam said, the Joker Sword variant's stunning.
Yeah.
Oh, you can get all 3 covers from Organic Price Books, but I don't expect all 3 of them to be around for much longer. I can't wait till all of this is out in Omnibus.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get on with it when I read it, but I kind of feel like I'm ready to give it another go. Like I don't think it was the right time when I read it, but
kind
I
of like me
can't
with
wait to-
Hawkeye.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Although, don't you need to reread that soon to just check whether you've actually got a different opinion now, right?
To see if I can
Yeah.
prove myself right.
Well,
Weirdly, it's only the main cover that's out of stock, even though it says in stock and ready to ship. That's unavailable from Read Comics. I do think they would have printed a massive amount of this, especially with how quick that Volume 2 was announced as well.
yeah.
But at the same time, maybe this is me being biased because it was the first comic I ever read. I would not sit and wait around on this. It's a phenomenal series. You're going to want to make sure that you get all the volumes. If I'm right in thinking, it might be 5, even 6 volumes to do all of it. That's not even including the Miles Morales. But if we're talking about getting up to spoiler of Spider-Man, needs its own omnibus. I think we need 2 more after Volume 2 to complete the main run. So I think there's still quite a massive amount of book that you need. But yeah, I've heard that it's sold out at Diamond level. So I wouldn't sit around forever. Now, a book that everybody wanted to come out, to get reprinted, is the Spider-Man by JMS Volume 1. Now, as you can see, it's coming out May 10th. But as a result of this, and I remember saying this in Whale Watch for months and months and months, it means that Volume 2 would likely dry up. I remember even having it on the cover of an episode of Whale Watch. And I can't even seem to find it
I remember that one
on Amazon. But it looks like that's happened. There hasn't been an announcement of a Volume 2 reprint. So you can't guarantee that it's going to happen. It would make sense to, but we've also seen other books that we sort of waited around for that Volume 2 reprint that just never seemed to happen.
Yeah.
Can you see it all?
No, I feel like I was
there
on
we go.
here. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
So,
Purple Button of Doom.
Purple Button of Doom for all 3 covers. All of them. In hindsight, I do kind of wish I would have got this cover, but this one's nice as well. I'm annoyed that they didn't go with that. Was it Michael Turner who did the solicited cover? Sorry, I need to crack my neck. Someone did the one where he's just like shooting towards the front of the book. Oh, it's so
I don't
nice.
remember that cover. But yeah, I think all 3 of those are pretty nice. I was torn. I've actually ended up going. Well, I did the second time I bought it, but the first one I went with the first cover. But now
this one.
Yeah. Where's your mouse? I can't see it. Yeah, the first one where he's kind of tied up. Yeah.
So
I think
together
it
we've
was
had all
anyway.
3 covers.
Although, correct me if I'm wrong, because Cade, you should know if Cade's still in the chat, because he now owns that one. So, yeah, I think I'm wrong. I might be the one at the end. I don't know.
No,
It's not important.
I can't prove
Either
you
way,
wrong, so just say.
yeah, could be. I'm just looking on Forbidden Planet as well. Like I feel like I saw it there the other day, but I think it's gone.
I'll have a look.
But I just typed in Spider-Man on this, and there's a lot of results. But I think the reprint of Volume 1 is on there.
I love that new cover. I think if I'm getting down to She-Hulk and What If books, it's they just haven't got it.
Exactly, it's probably not there yet.
But then another Spider-Man book. We've only got a couple more. We've only got 2 more to go. And I don't know about you, Adam. I am losing my voice. But
I never had a voice, so
you always did to me.
no.
But it's Amazing Spider-Man Volume 5. Now, came out September last year. It's Volume 5, so they're never going to print more Volumes 5s than they would a Volume 1 or 2 or 3, unless it's the Usagi Yojimbo. But as you can see here, it's only being sold by Amazon US, so you haven't even got anybody selling it through Amazon in the UK. It's out of stock, Purple Button of Doom, over here at Read Comics, and I don't believe I saw it when I just had a scroll. No. So this is one that does unfortunately look like it's dried up already. With later volumes, as people know now with Volume 4, it's difficult to get them once they go. You can get both covers from Organic Price Books, so I would recommend picking it up from there. Just want to say a quick hi to B&B Brick Studios. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, Hamza, we are still going. We haven't got long left. Our voices are on the last legs, but hopefully you guys are still enjoying it, and thank you for everybody that has tuned into this. I'm just going to go through the last book, and then we'll have a little bit of a discussion, but it is The Guardians of the Galaxy by Donny Cates. Oversized hardcover. Now, is it going to be a Marvel Cosmic Universe by Donny Cates Volume 2? Who knows? But either way, it looks like this has dried up. You've got a place in space, and Amazon is the only places that are selling it there. It's been out for over a year now, which, if this was an omnibus, we'd be like, Jesus Christ, can you believe this is still in stock when it's been over a year? No Marvel, they'll reprint this and say omnibus and have the exact same contents.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think Read Comics might have had this. It's such a long title to type. Purple Button of Doom over here at Read Comics. I'm just going to copy and paste that. So that is one that I definitely think you should hurry up and buy. But I think this is going to be one of those books, because it's Guardians of the Galaxy, because it's cheaper than an omnibus. I do think there's a likelihood that some comic shops would have picked this up in the hopes of selling it off the back of the name. So I think you might be able to find that if you do look there. The Thor by Jason Aaron omnibus cover is not wraparound cover. Official dust jacket.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying earlier. Like they've like got the whole wraparound image, but it's in a frame on the front cover.
No, but it's not that wraparound. That's what I'm assuming.
Oh, it's not.
Now.
Oh, right.
I'll have a
okay. Yeah.
Maybe Barras got the exclusive.
Maybe.
This is a book that the cover could literally just be Times New Roman font, Thor by Jason Aaron, and I'd buy it.
I'd buy it. I've been waiting for it for so long. So
I'm not a massive fan of the Casada cover. I don't feel like it captures the tone of the book at all.
No, not at all. No, I'm not. Yeah, it's the other close one for me was the Jane Foster one, but yeah, I don't. I think the main cover was like the iconic thing I think of when I think of that run, just because it was cover issue 1. So
try and see if I can find it. It says it's on Speedy Hen.
Interesting.
Typing Thor omnibus immediately gets you. Oh, No, that is still sort of the wraparound. It's just condensed.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So that
Yeah.
is what I
Wow.
saw the other day then. So yeah, which I don't mind because it, like you said, it kind of matches up with what they did for War of the Realms, but
Yeah.
I guess only half the people got that War of the Realms cover anyway, because there was two, wasn't there? There was one that was like the full cover image. I can't remember who did the art on it, but it was
Was it Lady
there was a
Thor?
DM. Is it? No.
You've got Lady
Like
Thor, Cassandra, and then the main cover.
no, I meant the War of the Realms one.
Oh
So
shit!
like
Sorry.
the War of the
Oh,
Realms
Arthur
had a
Adams, I think.
DM. Yeah, Art Adams, and then yeah, whoever bought that one isn't really gonna care about this one matching.
Yeah.
Because yeah. But I went for the standard of the War of the Realms, so hopefully it'll look nice next to it. Although you only ever see the spines anyway, so I don't know why I care at all. So,
Yeah, like they should start releasing the spines. 100%. Like that's all that matters to us. I just want to say thank you to Drinkwater for reminding me to drink water.
I
But
know I'm out of water nearly. So where were
that's how
you
you know the
earlier?
stream's coming to an end. Omnibuddy, thank you for tuning in. Hope you, if you just tuned in now, I hope you enjoy the replay. And he's gone with the Lady Thor cover, which is nice.
It's a good
but
cover.
now that I know that they're doing that weird compressed thing, I'm half tempted to pick up Lady Thor cover.
Yeah.
But like you said, if I'm only going to look at the spine, is it really worth the extra 20 or so quid? If I can get it cheaper, you know, I don't know.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they keep this theme with the rest of them though, because that's like if I get these two with like the condensed cover, are they going to do the next Omni with the same kind of deal? That would just make me feel better if they did. So
apparently, standard spine has an image of Mjolnir. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that right. Jane Foster has an image of Jane, and Cassandra has an image of Thor. So at least it's sort of
okay,
consistent.
I like the idea of Mjolnir. I can't even say it on the spine. That
I like how
I
you
like
could
that.
sort of tell that Chris Hemsworth struggles with it. Because he just sort of shout mumbles. He go,
well, it's like in the first film, Kat Dennings, whatever her character is, and she's just like Mia Mia, and
yeah,
that's how I feel. Where I'm like,
yeah.
and I wonder if that came about because she just couldn't read it in the script. I wonder if that was even in the script. They just were like, "No, that's kind of funny. Let's go with it."
Yeah, like I always like knowing what is improv. Like I was listening to the Weekly Planet roasting Too Fast Too Furious, and they were reading like the trivia facts, and one of them was most of the humor was improv, and they were like, there was no funny moments in this film. Like, what was it? What was improv? I absolutely love the Weekly Planet. They are literally the pinnacle of like comic book YouTube to me. The podcast is getting me through work.
Okay.
If you can listen to podcasts at work, it's just the roasting Twilight at the minute, and it's just the best because the two Australian guys, and
sold.
yeah, okay, good. But I absolutely love them. Like, so good. I know Cade likes them as well, so we're probably going to talk about them a bit on Friday. But yeah, so those are all the books for this month. I'm still getting used to doing these live whale watches. Normally, when I do a stream, as Adam can vouch for, I don't have a plan. It's just me sort of going through it and hope it and like. Well, we normally just go off on tangents.
That's true.
I'm not sure if we're gonna do. I didn't know whether to do a live stream maybe a week or so after the Batman, so that people have time to watch it. And if it's awful, I've got all my tears out, and if it's great, I've calmed down a bit. Hopefully, not sure if that's something that you'd be interested in doing, but it'd be fun.
Oh hell yeah! I mean, like I know we're all gonna need a good talk about it, me, you, and Cade. So like, yeah, I think by then as well, maybe I'd have even seen it a second time. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I'm thinking that's the way I'm looking at it. I'm like, okay, I'll get my initial watch out the way, but then maybe I can do a second watch to see what it's really like. I get the feeling I'm going to be like Joachim with the Snyder Cut with this film. And do you remember what it's like? Yeah, we were both like, yeah, watch the first hour, and I pressed pause for a bit, and he's like, I've watched it 8 times.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I get the feeling
Exactly.
that's going to be us with this film because we've waited so long.
It has been a long wait. Although all of a sudden it feels like it's here out of nowhere as well. It's quite scary. Yeah.
I was thinking the other day as well, like the second main trailer, the one that was shown at Fandom, was pretty much the first trailer remixed. Wasn't it? It had the same song.
I haven't seen it. I didn't see it. I stopped after the first trailer and was like, I don't want to see a single other thing now.
You've got so much restraint. I wish I could have that much restraint towards anything. I was like, new trailer. I haven't watched any of the TV spots or anything. I'm good on that one. But like the second trailer had the same song and very similar tone and not much new, which I liked because a lot wasn't spoiled.
Yeah.
I would have given DC so much respect if they were just like, look, the first trailer was great. We're just bringing out the first trailer again. We're just making you watch it again. I would have been like, yep, still the best trailer of Fandom.
Well, it was a really good trailer, and they could have done a lot off just the back of that one trailer. In my opinion, it's a great trailer. And do you remember when things only used to get one trailer? That was a weird.
And yet
age,
to watch them in
wasn't
cinemas.
Yeah, I remember that.
I remember when I went to see Spider-Man 2, I got 3 trailers for Hellboy. And it was the same trailer 3 times, to the point where people in the audience complained.
Really?
But at the same time, because I would have been 11, so the first time I saw it, I was like, this looks weird. Second time I saw it, I was like, okay. And then the third time I saw it, I was like, I really want to watch that. So maybe it was a good marketing technique. They were like, look, people need to watch this trailer 3 times to understand this film. And then obviously I got to watch Hellboy.
Yeah, that's actually quite genius if that was how it worked. And so there's some executive in the ad agency going, no, trust me, 3 times. It's the sweet spot. Like...
No, I was the only one who didn't complain though, so it was literally just me. But like I said, I got to watch Hellboy, so just want to say bye to Barath. Thank you for joining us and helping with the deals. And thank you for always posting on the Reddit page. Really, we can get the Reddit page to over 200 members. That would be great. But I know Reddit's not for everybody. It's just, I think it's a lot more chilled than Facebook, and you can just put what you want. Like, as long as you're not being a dick about it, like, it's fine. But yeah, Barath's a massive lifesaver in the Reddit group, along with Stephen as well, and everybody who's helping on that. We've got Tom, Ollie's also posted in there as well, and we've had Connor posting. There's a lot of great people in there. I think it's got a really good vibe. So if you're a bit sick of your politics coming into comics all the time, definitely check out our Reddit page. It's fun. But yeah, I think we're going to wrap this one up here. It's a Monday, guys. It's a school night. Like, we've got to get our sleep in before we watch the Batman on Friday.
This is true. Yeah.
But just remember, guys, if you watch the Batman trailer right now, it will be 2 minutes, 24 seconds closer to when you can actually watch the Batman. So there's a good fact for you.
Yeah, that's a way to pass the time between now and then. Just watch that trailer on repeat.
Yeah, then you'll be like, can you imagine if you actually figure out the whole film because of that? Like, somehow there's something they've missed, but because you've watched it that many times. Like I said,
we're still not sold on the film as well. Like, watch the trailer 2 more times because that's the sweet spot, as we now know. So,
the one time was the sweet spot for me. I was like, I'm in.
True.
Like, I immediately went from, I guess I'll check it out, I don't know what, to, okay, yeah, this has the potential to be something special. This is going to be our Phantom Menace, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, I also hope not at the same time, but yeah, we'll see. Can't wait.
One question that we should ask in the live stream, because I'll probably forget, is, regardless of what we thought of it, did they ever have a chance of living up to our expectations?
That's a good question.
But make sure you tune in when we do a live stream for that, because we're going to wrap this one up now. But thank you for tuning in, guys. And Adam, massive thank you for joining me on this. I couldn't have done it without you. I was really struggling before.
Well,
you're going to have to watch that replay. It was fucking hilarious just how bad I was doing. But yeah, we shall see you next month for next month's Whale Watch. And hopefully see you in between then. But for now, stay mad, all you dogs. Woof woof. See you in the next video.
Woof, woof.